Are we muted? Can you hear us? How is this going to work? Shit. Rivers, I haven't thought about this.
What happened? What?
You got one mic. I don't know if... Hold on. I don't know. Oh, okay. I don't need to hear myself back through my ears because we can hear ourselves.
Yeah, I'm here. Don't worry. Yeah, it's cool. This is why I'm here.
You see, I'm not around people. I'm not used to being in my presence.
So you need to get out, man. It's a beautiful world, Jen.
How am I going to hear you with no earphones?
Hey, Jen, there's this thing called a friend. Yeah, I don't know if you know about this, but you can get people called friends. Yeah, and they come around you and you conversate back and forth. And
yeah, I can do that. But when I talk to a friend on a camera, like they're not here normally, so I have to listen to them through earphones. Okay.
Listen, if you want to say testing, check to me, and I say test. If you want to do that and it makes you feel better, we can do that.
Boy. Okay. Oh, Jen.
So you're over there trying to sort my levels out. Get it
together. Yeah, man. I don't know what I'm doing.
Get it together.
Yeah, so I can't believe I just forgot the King of the Dot tournament.
Fresh on the mind, isn't it?
All right, now we are live on YouTube. Shit, no introduction. How did that start? They can hear us. Look at me. I just lose all professionality.
Yo,
I haven't even...
Professionality?
Yeah, I feel like that's the word. And if it's not, I'm making it one. Professionalism.
There you go.
What the fuck, man?
Listen,
no,
I don't know how that word deteriorized in your mind, but
I want to start again.
Nah, it's okay. We're back. It's Sunday roast. It's never supposed to be perfect, you know.
I want to start again. I'm going to start again right here, right now. I'm cool. London Jen. All one word, 3 N's on my Jen. This is Sunday roast. We are live on YouTube now. If you're tuning in on Instagram, we're live on YouTube. We are back. It's me and...
It's me. Come on, man. You ain't seen me in a minute. I'm back, though. Come on, man. It's your boy, Rivers, the ambassador, back in the building. You know what I mean? It's only right.
Back in the
as you
building.
Can see, I'm kind of malnourished because I haven't been getting my Sunday roast. So I had to just pop back up. And I think we got the caretaker in the building as well.
Salute.
Always on time with the keys.
Caretaker, big up Troy. Man like Troy, salute to you.
Let's go.
Rivers, family shit facts. Troy, I meant to message you. It's been a mad day today. One thing after the other, literally haven't stopped. Which we're gonna talk about. Earlier on, did Tea and Crumpets. Go and subscribe to the Tea and Crumpets show over on YouTube. Me, Jay Thinks, Paris One just did a dope recap show. Go and check that out. Right after that, we had King of the Dot Season 1 tournament. I think we'll get to that at some point. We'll have a little chat about that.
For sure.
But first of all, I think, let's talk. It's been a while.
It's
been a while.
How long has it actually been?
You're asking me. I don't know.
Do you know what? I just had this idea that your mind was like a Rolodex and you remember the date of every upload and, like you got all the clips in your mind of the second where I said this. I just thought you had it like that. You do a lot of uploads. So I just thought,
no, like that's what the YouTube studio is for. It will tell me.
You're right.
Yeah, no.
So you ain't even got like a rough idea of how much months or...
I mean, it could be 2, it could be 1, it could be like 4. I have not, like, genuinely. All right,
I got a side project. Genuinely. I'm going to the channel. I'm going to find
I have no idea.
The last Sunday roast upload right now.
I genuinely have nothing. Let's see what Troy says. Troy says maybe a couple of months. Techie, I was just saying I haven't messaged you. We're live over on YouTube as well. You get a much better view. I don't even think you can see bro properly in the Instagram thing, but you can on YouTube. So going over to YouTube, and I'm going to end this in a minute as well. Maybe a couple of months. Yeah, I don't know, but it's been a minute.
I'm still trying to find it out.
It's been a minute. Okay, if I take it off this view, I can find out very quickly because there's a playlist, isn't there? I'm sure there's a Sunday Roast playlist.
Didn't mean to do that. Well, the last one that's come up here was on the 4th of April. So it's not really that long ago, really, but it is quite long ago. 4th of April,
May. Okay, so about 6 weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Salute Omar live on YouTube. Go and tune in over there. Been a while. So what? I guess what's happened in that space of time?
I mean, obviously, so in that time, I think maybe even before it went out, I was booked for my next battle, innit? So yeah. I've just been in the time, you know me, man. I've got a battle coming up. I'm just prepping, but like when you have, say for example, you got a battle coming up and you got a lot of time. What it enables you to do is not have to prep every single day. Now you can manage your prep time. You could be like, all right, cool, I'm gonna prep on this day, get this shit here done, then I'm gonna prep on that day, because you got enough time to stretch it in it. So for me, usually you don't need much time to prep, but if you can stretch it out, then you live your life. You got other things going on. So I guess I was able to just manage everything and just get everything done. I've still got shit that I need to finish on my material and everything, but that's what's keeping me kind of focused, or has been keeping me focused for the last little while, innit? So
super focused. If you're tuning in on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure whether you're watching this live, whether you're watching later, hit the like, share the show, promote it. We are gonna be hopefully. We'll be back every Sunday.
100.
Rivers is, like he said, on creative mode right now, or he's been in creative mode. He's got a battle coming up, so but we're back. So we'll
tap in.
Yeah. Tune in. Shared on Facebook. Salute Troy. Much love for doing that. Caretaker. Oh shit! I should probably share it on Twitter and stuff, but
yeah. Can you share it on Facebook, or is there some problem with the stream on Facebook?
My Facebook for some reason right now isn't connected to
all the other stuff.
My StreamYard. I don't know right now, but I can share this on Facebook.
Okay.
And if Troy just shared it, you can reshare Troy's thing. I'm so bad with Facebook. All right, let me actually, should I end? Let me end this. If anything, I can. I'm ending this now. Salute. I can bring it back up, but all right. Let me. All right. Let's. Okay. Yeah. So it's been a minute. Like you said, you've got got the battle locked in. We'll talk about a little bit about that in a second. But last night we had the Premier Battles. Oh, what am I doing? Premier Battles Anarchy Tournament semi-finals went down live on Twitch. Dope event. I was actually asked to be a judge again for Prem for the two semi-final battles, or for 3 battles actually, two semi-finals, the 2 tournament battles, and then
there was another extracurricular.
Well, there was another 2.
So I think one was Frost versus
Sam Hypes,
and then Grazza versus
Deviant.
Okay, cool. And which one of them didn't go down? Why do I feel like there's a storyline that goes?
No, both of those went down.
Okay.
The one that didn't go down was Jamie Mav versus Yunnan. That was supposed to be
the on. One.
I think Deviant, the one rounder was Deviant and Grazza, and I think that was a replacement battle for Yunnan and Mav.
Do we know why Yunnan and Mav didn't go down, or?
Mav has, I think so. Chubb said today that Mav's job told him he's got to stop battling or quit. I thought it was that he got a new job.
Okay,
but
it's the job he actually had.
It's the job he had, or according to Chubbs, yeah. That's what he was saying today. It's the job he had.
Does it mean that he's gonna have to take down the battles that he's already done, or?
I don't know.
Because if they don't want, I'm thinking if they don't want him to go up there and battle no more, like while he's working on behalf of that company, surely the stuff he's already done might be a problem for them. You know what I mean? So I don't know. And then, or on the other hand, if the stuff he's already done isn't a problem and gets left up, what's to stop him from changing his name, putting a belly on, and just getting back to battle rap? Like, we were actually living in them times. You can change his name to like Mamie Javerick, and nobody would know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I think he's probably, I think that though you'd be worried that someone's going to snitch on you. I don't know where he works.
Is Maverick my man's second name? I don't know. That Mav like that.
I think his name is Jamie Maverick.
Okay, that's a sick name. I'm not gonna lie to you, Jamie Maverick.
I don't know if that's his name.
I could imagine if that's your government name and that's your name in work. There's like the Google search links both of the things together, innit? You know what I mean? If you're working like a peaceful job or you're doing something that's positive for the community, and when they search your name,
in
someone's face, it's not going to be a good look.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah. And the bigger and more popular you get, the more likely that's. And maybe he's now in a customer like in a position where he is searchable. Like people will Google him. Yeah, that's a point. But it's a shame we couldn't get that one.
I would say to Maverick to just do what's best for his life, and if it's not battle rap, then I'm supporting whatever it is that is best for his life going forward. And that, because at the end of the day, battle rap is for a small period, but the things that happen in your life is basically your future. What's going on, you know, like what foundation you're going to set for your family and all this type of stuff. So if something gets in the way of that, I would suggest that he does exactly what he did. But it's just going to be sad to lose Maverick from the game, really and truly.
Exactly.
I felt like there was more for him. I wanted him to battle unanimous and do well, and people start looking at him like he's one of them people that are up there and all that. But
because that's supposed to be, you know, potential title matches. You know, did great in the tournament, didn't he? He lost to Bobby, didn't he? But that was it was a really close battle. Crazy battle. People, you know, really wanted to see this battle. But yeah, like you say, life has to come first. Always. You know, he's got he's got to provide for himself, put a roof over his head. I don't know if he's got a family, you know. You've got a battle rap has to make sense. And if it doesn't make sense, you know, this is what we got. So yeah, that battle didn't happen. It's a shame. Shout out to Yunnan. Hopefully we see you on a card coming up soon. Well, actually, we do actually. We'll see him on a card coming up soon. We'll talk about that as well in a minute. But yeah, so we got Deviant versus Grazza.
Yeah.
That was a 1-rounder, and I said earlier on Crumpets, I have nothing to say about that because there's not much to say about it.
And meaning what though, Jack?
I mean, meaning it was a 1-rounder, last minute, short prep.
So it was the quality of the battle wasn't really.
It wasn't up there with the rest of the card. Okay. So I'm going to move swiftly on because I've got nothing but love for Prem.
Let me do my battle thing where I support the battlers here. Sometimes you have these cards where you've got a big battle like a Bobby and Georgie, and it kind of drains the energy that you maybe would have got for your material. And sometimes your material is not as strong as theirs, but you would have got a lot of energy, which would have highlighted your best moments. But because they've taken all of that,
yeah, they went last. But
it was who went last?
Bobby and Georgie went last.
They were last, so but the anticipation was a bit mad. We're waiting.
I appreciate the diplomacy.
The anticipation. That's what I'm going with. That
word. Okay.
They was
I like it. I like it.
And they was like, oh, I can't wait to see Bobby.
I mean, it's a good angle. It's a good angle, and I like your execution. I like the execution.
You got me the second round. You got the first, by telling me that it went last. But this second part, I got that with the anticipation. Come on, that's a haymaker now. That's definitely a haymaker.
No, I'm feeling the angle and the execution, but ultimately, it's not credible. So
your third round is the same as your first. Then that's what you're basically saying. We're not bringing no new angle to the table. Cool. You have it. That fucked me up though, innit? They went last. Shit. Fuck. Spent all this time explaining and
Yeah, so that was that battle. Then Sam Hypes versus Frost. This was a nice battle. This was the that was the first one actually. The first one was Hypes versus Frost. It was a really nice opener. Second one was the one rounder. Don't have any notes about this, but for me, like Frost was really nice in this. He better writing, better delivery. He effectively attacked Sam's style, sort of really playing on the fact that Sam is quite monotonous and he's, you know, one tone all the way through one level. Talked about you know, his career. Yeah, just said more. For Sam, it was a close battle. I think was it two? I think it was split. And the fan vote was close as well. The judges were split. But for me, it was clear to Frost. I don't know what they saw in Sam. I think Frost had a few stumbles. There was a couple of places where he was stumbled. Yeah, his second, I think, he stumbled. And if he was clean, I think it would have been a lot more.
I think like battlers have to understand in the away match, it's almost like you got to do more. You got to be better. Like if you give 100% in that away match, you got to give 120.
But for me, he clearly did more, and he clearly was better. I'm strict on the stumbles, and I'm strict on like, you know, clean, and you know, especially if your opponent is fairly fluent. But but it was a good battle. It was a good, and Sam, like, let me not give him his props. He did well, but for me,
the level of Frost.
Yeah, and just the fact that the energy from Frost, just the fact that he's so much easier to listen to and more, he sounds better because it's not just one flow, monotonous, one tone, one energy level. Like, but Sam was dope though. It was a nice battle.
My point about the away match thing is like Frost can't be monotonous like Sam and get the same love in this battle, in this arena.
I see. I gotcha. Yeah, gotcha.
So he's got to do more every single time because he's the away guy. You understand? You got to be going for it because you're in his backyard. So it's like fighting him when he swings something and it lands. His whole bang him up, fuck him up. It's gonna give him adrenaline going forward. Whereas you're the away guy, they might all be quiet when you punch him. You might all not think that your punch hurts or some shit like this, get tricked or whatever. But
Troy says, I did not feel Grazza or Deviant at all. Put that battle in the bin. I mean,
the caretaker
Troy says
taking care of business.
10
days prep.
10 days prep.
I've done 10 days prep, but
I mean, it was I don't know. That wasn't a great. I mean, to be fair, actually, no, let me not say that.
I feel like short prep, sorry.
I think Frost and Sam as well. No, not Frost and Sam. I don't know. No, that was 3 rounds. I don't know if you were saying that was 10
I was going to say, like, I think short prep shouldn't affect the kind of, let's say, say we're building a car. I got short prep. I'm still building the car the same way. It's just that I'm not going to be as quick as it was, but overall we know how we're supposed to build the car. So I'm gonna make the main parts of it, and then all the outer shell I might not spray it. I might not put the windows in, but it can still drive. Do you understand?
You've got the fundamentals there.
But I didn't have enough time to do the details. I feel like that's what short prep is. If you can really write, you're still supposed to be able to bring something to the table. It just might not have all the extra details it usually does, but it's supposed to have an angle.
That's a great analogy.
That's the way I see it, and so I don't see because if you think about it, if I'm doing short prep and I can't get my best shit off, I'd rather not do the battle. I'm battling to give you my best. You give me short prep and I can't give you my best, I might as well not do it.
And also, like, let's talk about a spotlight. If you've got 10 days prep to battle live on the semi-finals of the Premier Battles Anarchy tournament live and for free on Twitch, like, that's a big opportunity.
Yes.
That's a big opportunity. So you should you should really take it serious.
It's like the balance between I can't let this opportunity down, but at the same time I know I could do better if I had more time. Weighing it up.
Exactly that.
And while you're weighing it, you're wasting time. It's like you should have said yes 10 minutes ago if you're gonna say yes.
That's it. Yeah. What did I heard Asa Mean say? I think he had 2 weeks prep. he was offered gyms with like 2 weeks prep, and he wasn't at all sure if he could do the 2 weeks. Like he wasn't sure if he could do 2 weeks prep, because the memorization process takes him like 2 weeks. So he said, if I can write it, like he was offered it on, you know, in a day, and he said, if I can write the 3 rounds in 24 hours, like, or in a day, then I'll take it. Otherwise, I'm not going to take it. So, like, if you know your limitations, if you know 10 days isn't enough to even get a round out, then don't do it. If you know you need 2 weeks to memorize and you've got a day to write, if you can write 3 rounds in a day, then great. If you can't, don't take it, because you know you're going to fall short on, you know.
I've done 7 days at Premier Battle.
Mad.
And the only reason why I did that is because I won't say who it was that I was battling, but because I respect my battlers, innit? But I couldn't, you know, like, did we talk about, no, we haven't spoken about that yet, so I won't use that as an example.
Okay.
But I couldn't basically I couldn't spur myself on to come up with anything worthwhile, innit? It wasn't that I wasn't writing. I was writing, but everything was bullshit. You understand? To me, I'm reading it back, I'm saying that is trash. And the things I'm thinking are good ideas while I'm doing my research. Oh shit, my man said that. So I was kind of in a writer's block place, and then right towards when the pressure started kicking, the battle's coming, bang, the ideas start to come in it. So it's like I'm 7 days away. I'm getting better things. I had to do it like this. I'm writing this today and memorizing it today. Then I'm gonna write something tomorrow and memorize that tomorrow. Then something on the other day, memorize it. But this is where I fucked up. On the 3rd day, didn't memorize it. I got worried that I didn't prep the other 2 too much. So I'm prepping it. And then the other 3rd one, I'm slowly writing it. And then on the last day, right on the day of the battle, I'm all in the hotel room. Finally just memorized it. You understand?
Damn, that is to the wire.
And guess what? I still won that battle, ladies and gentlemen. Still won that battle.
Okay, I'm going to go back and check the specifics. Well, in fact, you can tell me who it was afterwards. But if you want to know, just rewind, take those things down, and then...
That's right. If you want to know, get 5 people to subscribe to London Gems channel.
Yeah, thanks. That would be dope.
You know, let us know who did. And we'll see the thing go up, you know. We get the notification with the name of the person as soon as they subscribe. Cool.
I completely blanked out because I was trying to share the stream on Twitter. So maybe if you're here, you can share the stream for me so that I don't have to blank out. Briggsy, salute to you. Briggsy says, I never start writing until 2 weeks before a battle anyway, so 10 days is light work. So
we're not all veterans like you, Briggs. Yeah. Sometimes we're trying to represent for the younger generation that are just coming into the thing, you know. Briggsy there shitting on every man, I'm on the way there.
That's spicy, Briggsy. So I mean, to a 1 rounder in 10 days, you know, that's
cool. I feel like that's manageable now. 1 round.
Yeah, it's 1 round in 10 days. And like I said, you know, you've got the spotlight. It's a big spotlight. It's a big opportunity. There's a lot of people watching that. You've got King of the Dot, you know, live tuned in. A lot of people have, you know, been in that stream, been watching, been tuned in. A lot of people who you'd want to see you as a battler, and even just a potential international audience.
Of course,
like you've got the international audience. It's a shame that that's what we got. But yeah, Sam Hype's Frost definitely was a nice opener. And then we had Bizzo versus Aker. Ooh, Bizzo versus Aker. Thanks for sharing on Twitter, Troy. I appreciate you, for real. Bizzo versus Aker. So did Aker go first? First tournament battle, first semi-final battle of the night. Where are my notes? Aker went first. Kind of had an angle that Bizzo was boring and uninspiring. Stumbled right at the beginning. From early on, early on, he stumbled. And it's ironic. I wrote down as well. I just seen an interview. Bizzo, can you stop doing that? I just mean like you're just watching. You're just sitting watching, popping up.
Popped up.
He did that. Nowhere. He did that on Crumpets as well earlier on. Like, it's this creepy Bizzo.
I'm not gonna lie though, yeah. Big salute to Bizzo, big finalist, Anarchy finalist. Yeah, you get me? Round of applause.
Facts.
Yeah, I was very, very, very impressed with his performance. That was Bizzo 9.0 or some shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, he was going hard.
Crazy Bizzo. Yeah, we're gonna get right into that. But yeah, you did time that well, Bizzo. You did for real. Troy says
his timing was great in the battle as well. So I guess it's translating.
I mean, that's it. You just you're just so focused. Your timing is flawless in all situations. K.EG salute. Was that that's the jazz hands emoji. Briggsy says, should have been me versus Biz. Judges robbed me. Who the fuck judged your battle? Tell me, I will sort them out. Like, who didn't give you the win?
Tell him I said it should have been me versus Biz.
I mean,
judges robbed me too. I mean, bro. Just say it, bro.
I don't know who judged your battle as well. I'll sort them out.
I'm just saying.
Right. Just messaged him to come in. Try salute.
But I
appreciate it. Caretaker business.
Have you noticed, all the tournaments we've seen recently, there's a trend for big names getting knocked out very early. There is a trend for it. Obviously, some survive. There's 1 and 2s are very rare, but for the most part, a lot of big names have come out of these tournaments, which shows that no matter on your tier or your level, when it comes to a tournament setting, it's fair game for anybody.
Facts.
You understand?
I think Georgie and Rumnitty in the URL tournament have been an anomaly. But if you look at King of the Dot, like if you look at what's the earlier Anarchy. Ultimate Madness tournaments, if you look at Anarchy, right? Like
if you look at No Leaves Chat as well.
Facts. Like some of the like people.
Caps and YD in particular. Like most people would have predicted that the more experienced man took that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Even in the first round, who didn't get through? I think
Crash. Yeah.
Also wasn't. Was that? Oh no, I think he also got through. But it happens in a tournament. One of the things you're almost guaranteed is that some of your favorites are coming out early.
That's what makes, and it's for all tournaments. Like you watch the FA Cup and these type of things every year, and it's about the giant killings. That's the point.
That's
you watch these tournaments to see the big guy lose to that minnow. You know what I mean? And we watch their rise for it. And not even to put Bizzo in the minnow kind of position. But Bizzo has been the real dark horse. We all sat down. Who's the dark horse? Nobody said Bizzo Bond. And now look.
No, actually, I tell you, right, first of all, I tell you who said Bizzo. Bizzo said Bizzo. Like,
I mean,
but Bizzo said Bizzo with a conviction, and I think I said this at the time somewhere in my streams. I'd said, or somewhere we might have even said it talked about it on Rose somewhere. I said Bizzo's conviction is scary. And then I also remember Briggsy in I think 15 Minutes of Anarchy picked Bizzo as like his name came up a couple of times, but particularly with Briggsy. I think Briggsy has said all the way through Bizzo like he's a bit different right now. Like there's you
gotta remember that Bizzo has been around. Like we can't pretend that Bizzo hasn't been here for. Like Bizzo's not new. He's not some newcomer. You understand? He's actually experienced in this thing, innit? Like he's got to that point where he knows all the stuff he's done. He knows what he's done well. He knows what he hasn't done well, and he's learned how to hone it. And what I saw from him, I was impressed with LS Dean in his performance. Did he battle Bizzo Bond? Yeah. So I was impressed by LS Dean's performance in that. Even maybe a touch more than Bizzo's, but I just think LS Dean's references was too niche to get him the battle in it. But what I saw from Bizzo today, I felt like that LS Dean wouldn't have beat that.
Oh, at all. Yeah, no, Bizzo sort of was so dominant in that battle. His he was dominant. He was a great work. Yeah, let's just get straight into it. Briggsy saying we need more tournaments, brings back competition, and it's any dog's day. Absolutely that.
Factual.
Like absolutely that. Yeah, Troy said Bizzo from the start. That also sounds familiar.
Yeah. It sounds like something the caretaker would say.
Right. Yeah. But yeah. So Aker's first.
Can you lot hear me? Do I sound loud enough? Or
I think. Oh, actually, let me change which is the one.
Let me know in the comments if you can hear me, or do I sound too low?
Yeah. How does River sound? This mic is amazing, though.
Yeah,
and it will pick up everything. And in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one ear on YouTube and see how it sounds. But yeah, can you in the comments let us know? That would be more effective than me trying to put one ear. Tell us how it sounds. But yeah, first from Aker wasn't it was an attempt at humor that just wasn't funny, and it was just like really awkward.
It didn't land for me because I don't get the boring thing from Bizzo. I don't really get that. I would more get it if you said you're so serious, because I don't really see Bizzo joke too much. You understand? Maybe he does, and I never really see the jokes. But I would have more took that as an angle, but it didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Maybe it does. I don't know, but it just didn't connect for me, or maybe it was his delivery of the said angle. But it just seemed like I'll be honest with you. It seemed like a cop out of an angle, because it's like, I don't know what to say, so I'm just going to say I don't know what to say because you're boring.
You're both blessed before audio-wise. Okay, so I think, in fact, shit, I turned it around. I need to keep it this way. But yeah, we're good for audio.
Salute.
Sounds great. Salute, problem. Thank you, everyone, for doing that. Yeah, I wrote, so as I'm going through, I've written that he's calling Bizzo boring and he's calling him uninspiring. In between that, I've written he's falling flat. And then at the end, it's just ironic. Like, you've spent the round calling Bizzo boring and uninspiring, yet that attempt at humor was so boring and uninspiring.
Yeah.
The best thing about that round was the what was it? B to the Bizzo, fuck to the is off.
Yeah, that was funny. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. But
yeah.
Fuck to the is off.
That was funny.
Do you know what I noticed though? Alright, cool. So Aker's done that. Bizzo's predicted that he's gonna use the whole you're boring angle, and he started his round with it. It comes off like a clean rebuttal, and it kind of takes. Obviously, he kind of started with momentum because Aker kind of dropped the ball a little bit, but it kind of gave him more momentum going through his round, that he's just cleared that whole round up already.
That's it.
You know, man? And now he's going forward.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I respected that. I respected it. And Bizzo was very different. It seemed like, you know, when someone understands how it works, I got that feel. I got the feel like he gets it. Like, you get, not even to, you know, I don't want to come on up here sound arrogant, like I know and all this other stuff, but even if I was just a fan watching, I'll be like, rah, this guy gets it now. Like, he kind of has.
He's in the rhythm.
He's in the rhythm. He's in his groove, basically.
That's it.
He's actually in his groove. He knows what's good for Bizzo, what works for Bizzo, and how to make it work for Bizzo.
Facts.
So
Troy says his best material came in the interview with Trubs. That was hilarious. His interview with Trubs afterwards was so funny. He was very self-deprecating. He was kind of like, he was talking about not being motivated, and you could tell like he wasn't motivated to write. We'll talk about what he sort of says in his second and stuff. But Briggs says it was me calling out Aker for choking. It was like me calling out Aker for choking and then stumbling. Yeah, facts. But also, I just seen an interview for where I think, was it in the Face? I can't remember. There was an interview that Aker had done, talking about, who was it who stumbled in their like first or second bar, and he was saying you can't stumble right at the beginning of your round if you don't know like the beginning of your round. And then he comes out and he does
Joker Star.
That was it. That was it. It was that battle. I couldn't remember who it was. I'm sure it wasn't Briggsy. But it was that. And then you've come out and you've done the same thing. Like, it's irony. That first round was just so ironic for me. But then the second round,
you know, like a phrase springs to mind that we'll get to later, but the phrase is karmic debt. That's all I'll say. But we'll get to why I said that later.
Okay, stick a pin in it.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, second round, he's talking about, you know, Bizzo's been going to the gym, and
oh my god,
I didn't like, it took me a while to catch it, but this was funny. He's talking about you're going to the gym and like you're beefing up at the gym. Look at you beefing up at the gym, taking the piss out of him for it. And then he's like, oh no, I'm only joking. I made that angle up, sort of thing. And then he goes right back to you in the gym, preening in the mirror.
No.
And
It was like, oh, you're in the gym trying to get buff and flexing or something like that. Then it's like, nah, you're just in the gym trying to flex. So like you're not buff here.
Yeah.
Then it's like, nah, you don't really go gym.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then after it's like, listen, pencil neck. It's like, bro,
are you buff? Aren't you buff? Do you go gym? Are you joking? Like it's all over the place.
Yeah, like you're just saying whatever.
It was so all over the place. And I've written like awkward. There was one thing he said something like, what was it? You couldn't.
I know Aker's better than that, man.
You couldn't peel the skin off a rice pudding or something. Yeah, definitely so much better than that.
He's better than that. That's why I'm even bringing up these things that I saw or heard, because I know that Aker is a high level battle rapper.
And then he had the whole like, your uncle molested you angle out of nowhere, and it was like really cringe. It was awkward, like not funny at all. Awkward is what I've written. Like it was really awkward for the room as well. Aker,
it didn't. None of it made sense.
He's shitting on Bizzo for taking care of himself, mad thing. But then, like he said, that was it. And the first is goatee. Like he's talking about his beard first.
That's a dead angle.
Like it's your beard, you've got a cute beard, and then it's like, yeah, you go to the gym, and then I'm joking, you don't really go to the gym, but you do go to the gym.
But your beard's an insult to real beards. It's like, bro, like, what are we doing here?
Thousandaires Club. What's up, baby mama? Which baby daddy of mine is that?
Oh shit, he's got a whole 1,000.
Don't know how he found out about me dressing as a Care Bear in edible underwear.
Wow. Oh yeah, for real. That's what he said, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's
like at this point you're taking it back to the era where it's just as creative as you can make this stupidity.
Yeah.
You understand? Like it's that era there. But I feel like that's lazy. Like you don't even need to have any information on your opponent to come up with this.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Bizzo's third was a dope third. He just attacked him. Like he was scheming heavy in that third as well. I love that Bond bowl. Was it I didn't like, I mentioned this, like the pedigree. I got to see my offense. I just jumped up mid-sentence, like, I did not like this. How dare you Premier Battles? You're supposed to be wrestling fans over there.
No, so
how you didn't react to the pedigree bar?
Yeah. It's not that you didn't like the pedigree bar. You just didn't like the lack of respect for the pedigree bar.
I love the pedigree bar.
I like the pedigree bar.
And I often don't catch wrestling references. I often catch that it's a wrestling reference, but I don't necessarily know how fire it is, unless it's like you're referencing like Triple H or like the twins, or if you're saying something
the
like
Hardy Boys and all these something.
Yeah, that's it. If you say something that's in context as well, I'll kind of get it. But this pedigree one, I thought, okay.
But let me ask the people something, yeah? Say like, for example, you're in the crowd of a small room event and you hear a man rapping. Do you feel compelled to not cheer so that you can hear his bars more and not stop him? Or do you think, I'm not cheering because it's not hard? Because I get, sometimes when I'm listening to people in a small room, I almost don't want to cheer, because I feel like it's distracting because of how his bars are written in it. So sometimes maybe that might be the thing. They hear that bar, they like it, but his think about it.
Could be that.
His style is more keep going, like I would say rapid. You know what I mean? He moves through his style or whatever in it. So you're not really going to want to stop him and throw him off that if he's in that type of momentum.
Yeah, no, it could have been that.
And then you got other battlers where their style's more punch for punch.
And there's natural pauses as well. Yeah.
They chop a joke here and there. They say something funny and give you time to react and all this type of stuff. So I don't know. But
dope battle from Bizzo. Like you said, it wasn't at all the best. And like he was very humble in I only saw a bit or didn't catch all of it. The post fight interview, but he was super humble. Admitted he wasn't motivated. Bizzo says, I feel like reaction is caused from the impulse of one individual and it collates into the rest of the room joining in, quieter rooms and more head nods and screw faces, I've noticed. And that was the thing as well. This is what I was going to say. Even if you don't like, reaction isn't necessarily like noise. It's like, you know, like when you look at the person next to you, or you, that's it, like you can see, or like,
see like the
head shape, or
that's
it, like the demeanor kind of changes, like or you'll hear a hiss, or not a hiss, or like an expelling of air or something.
I think
there'll
like
be
the face mask thing is kind of taking away the screw face factor of battle rap.
True.
We can't see the screw face no more, you know what I mean? And that was one of the things visually that made you understand the effect. Because imagine Averb's, yo, big girl, that's the way you talk to yourself, and you never saw that fat sloppy guy's face look like that until he had a face mask on. Imagine he had a face mask on, like that whole moment is just not the same no more.
We would never have perhaps the expression jazz face.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying? It would be jazz mask. Something like that, but
no, but it was a brilliant Bizzo, and I'm sure, you know, I've seen lots of people just sort of echo that. Salute Crash. The Snoop head bop where he says yep. That's it. Ultimate reaction. Haymaker bars will pull your reaction out. I'm not necessarily saying it was a haymaker. It was just one of those that should have, if the Garbas is me. Why I do this all the time. I'm just accepting that I fuck up language sometimes. I'm just gonna fuck up language. The one that is getting me right now is coin toss. When I hear coin toss, I don't know if I'm hearing toinkos or coin toss.
How much battles I've been in, and it's confused me, because sometimes I've actually heard them say toinkos.
Yeah.
Like Paris has done that before. I've heard her say toinkos.
Yeah.
And we just move forward, and I think she will caught herself like,
but no one else did.
But no one noticed.
Because
it's so slick. It was like coin toss. Like,
I don't.
Cool. Let's get the coin toss. Oh yeah.
I was. We called one tea and crumpet show Mount Mushmore, because I couldn't say that either. Mount Rushmore. So I kept saying Mount Mushmore.
So you just said, fuck it, we're going to remix it.
So we remixed it. That's it. I guess, I just have to become accustomed to it. Okay. But other semi-final battle. Oof. You had Bobby Rex versus Georgie Roots.
Oh, shit.
This battle broke my heart a little bit. Not gonna lie. Broke my heart a little bit.
Oh, shit.
Salute. No loose chat in the building.
Come on, hold on. Let me put my hold on. Let's have it right.
You had it on at the beginning. Beginning.
Because you know what it is. While I'm under contract, you know what I mean?
It was on in the beginning, and someone on Instagram was like, "Who's that masked up with the glasses in the background?" There you go. That's it.
Wrong side.
No loose chat in the building. Yeah, Twinkos. Yo, no loose chat in the building. We're gonna get to era versus era in a sec. Talk no loose chat. But first,
Bobby.
Like I say, this hurt me. Bobby versus Georgie.
Why did this hurt you, Jen?
It hurt me because we'll get it out at the beginning. Bobby Rex won this, and that's not what hurt me, because love to Bobby, you know, big love. It hurt me because I thought Georgie won it pretty. I mean, I don't know if you can have, I don't know what's the word for it, not a clear debate. It was pretty clear to me that Georgie won, but Bobby did really well in what he did. But to me, it just wasn't that close. I guess, like, certainly it was explosive. It was intense. It was an absolute fucking war, like, for real. The battle, out of 10, I'd give it like...
Listen, that second round was...
nine and some change, like...
I didn't see the dogfight like that second round.
The battle was...
That was crazy.
Yes, Rivers, Ambassador, fact, yes.
Salute.
Been wearing the no loose chat mask at work still. Salute to you, Troy. I love Bobby, but I had it Georgie 2-1. Yeah, this one was close. So this is another one that was split right down the middle. Judges had it 2-2. I think myself and Real Deal had it 4. Shout out to Real Deal. Justice for Charlie had it 2-1 we had it. We gave it to Georgie and
Major
Canal
Concerns.
and Major Concerns gave it to Bobby Rex, and the fan vote was 52-48. So literally,
that's a debatable, bro. I feel like that's the definition of an edge. You know, when you hear
that's as close as it gets.
As close. There's nothing closer than that.
That's as close as it gets.
That's as close as it gets.
Yeah.
You know
No, and when I'm saying for me, like I'm talking about me and my personal preference.
Yeah.
Like I'm just talking about why it hurts for me, and I
that's
love
the balance. It's the balance of preference for this battle, really.
Yeah. Really. Super close battle. Judges called it either way, and it was an incredibly difficult decision to make. Even though for me it was pretty clear, like just even sort of just being able to justify what I know is a super close battle. Just being able to give my reasons makes it really difficult. But boy, first round, who went first? So Georgie goes first.
Georgie goes first.
What did you think of Georgie's first?
Okay, Georgie goes first, and Georgie has a good first round where it's almost like his first round to me was almost like a third round. Like he got straight to some real shit straight away. Like it wasn't like I'm more skilled than you, nothing like that. It was like, let me talk to you instantly. You understand? Cool. And he got that off. But I think in the first round, when Bobby came back, I feel like Bobby's energy weighed it more in his favor in the first round. If that's the argument that he got the first round, that's how I see it. His energy, because he gave us the delivery that we know that Bobby's going to give us, but his energy kind of outshined the energy that Georgie Roots put into it.
Definitely,
I think
definitely,
in the first round.
Yeah.
So I gave that first to Bobby. You know what I mean? Second round, I feel like Georgie came back and turned up. You know what I mean? And he had some shit to say in the second round. You get what I'm trying to say? Had some real shit to say. And then I think Bobby's second round was mad energetic, mad hype, a lot of...
How do you do this without notes?
Because I'm just picturing it through my head. So his second round, mad energetic. And I just remember feeling like Bobby gave me all the energy, but I felt like Georgie had the knives. Like his shit was cutting through a little bit more for me in that round. So then I started to edge it to Georgie. And then because of Bobby's energy in the second, I'm sorry, I'm just running through the rounds, but because of Bobby's energy in the second, I think it made Georgie turn up more in the third. You know what I mean? And
he fed off of that.
He definitely fed off that energy, turned up a lot more in the third, and I think he executed his third well, and I preferred his third over Bobby. So it's kind of like, for me, similar to you. I had it the other way around. I'm not mad because, as you saw with the votes and the judges, it literally is that close because you got two people at the top of their thing, innit? And I don't think watching it, I'll be able to understand what it was really like in the building, because I know what it's like in that room and how it feels in that room. You can't translate it to camera. It's impossible. You understand? So I think in that room, maybe I would have felt a bit different about it. You know what I'm saying? But what I felt when I watched it was that if there was an edge, it was kind of in Georgie's favor. Well,
none of the judges were in that room, so we should have all, But let me take my personal feelings out of it.
I'm not mad though.
I'm being salty. Let's be real.
At that point of the competition, aside from Aker's mix up, I feel like all four of them are really good representatives to win that money, innit?
No, Bobby was amazing. Bobby was amazing. For me, I think I'm a fan of writing and technique. I like the technique.
You like layers.
I do like also performance. I do also like, and Bobby, he's not, let me like all he has is like, he was talking to Georgie. Like he does that so well, that I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you about yourself. I'm going to scream in your face. I'm going to bar you to death as well. But I don't think, like, some of his bars, I talked about on Tea and Crumpets, like, they're just really not good. And when you're going against someone whose material is so good,
What's that one about throwing money at you?
So
Pound in your face.
pound you in your face, but I'm not throwing pound your face, and I'm not throwing coins at you.
I'm gonna say this right now, and maybe I'm wrong, but I really believe that if these two MCs swapped material, Bobby will be getting a lot of praise for the material. Obviously, he delivers things in his own unique way in it, but it's the writing that he's able to deliver that brings the shit to life in it. So we still give credit to the actual material in it. So if I'm saying they switch material, yeah, I believe in my heart of hearts, Bobby will get a lot of. They'll be like, "Yo, he left Earth with that bar there," because of the technicality of it. They would appreciate it a lot coming from him. Whereas I feel like if Georgie comes in and says, "Pound you," but
pound your face, and I'm not throwing coins at you.
I feel like if Georgie says that, he'll kind of get crucified. Understand? I don't know if it's a home field thing, or I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's a bit mad. Still, it's a bit mad.
But
this is why earlier I'm saying when you do the away thing, you've got to be on 120% because there's certain things you're not going to be able to get away with while you're watching someone get away with it. It's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
Think about it like this: if Bobby Rex in the Gab days, if Bobby Rex came to Gab and was saying certain bars, his reaction for it wouldn't be the same. And maybe there'll be people in Manchester watching saying, "Raw, they're hating on Bobby," not understanding that, raw, that's not everybody feels that. You understand?
But like, it's not like I wasn't feeling Bobby. Like, I definitely was, and I feel Bobby was really good. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not at all saying this wasn't an amazing battle. I'm not saying this. Yeah, no, I'm not saying I'm not saying there was a robbery. Not at all. No. I'm saying I'm disappointed because I really wanted Georgie to go through, and because I think he won it for me. Listen, but Jen, Bobby, I'm not, because I'm not putting out like, I love Bobby, and I'm not putting out a Bobby wasn't good in this battle. It was just for me that, like, when you look at the writing, as well as obviously Bobby is not you get so much more from Bobby than his writing. But there were just some things that he said, and like that 8th of Feb thing, haven't ate since the 8th of Feb. I like the thing that, you need all the plates you can get. I like that the setup was really nice. And then he says, because you haven't ate since the 8th of Feb or something, just because it rhymes. Like, it's a bit weak. But his aggression, his, like, the angle, I didn't fuck with the you're a shit father angle. He executed it well. I just didn't buy into it because I don't think Georgie is. I'd said in the judging, like, I don't know if this was caught, but I've spoken to Georgie often when he's can't talk, or I'm trying to message him or something, and he's like, I can't because it's kid time, it's family time. Like, he's serious about that shit. So for me, that angle did not resonate. But the gay brother thing, like that, he was killing him with that. He was killing him with that, and everything that Bobby did, apart from those little writing things, I think he did so well, and that's what made the battle so close, and such a watchable battle. Like, this has got so much playback value. Bobby, is going to go on after this performance. We're going to have a great final. This Bizzo versus this this Bizzo versus this Bobby, second time lucky, is going to be a crazy final. Like, make no mistake.
With both of them being from the region, I think it splits the audience nicely. It's not so much of a, and it's not me saying it's biased, because it's just like, if I play for Arsenal, I'm going to play against Man United, I expect most people here to cheer for the home team, right? Cool, innit? So it's not a thing, but I just think with them both being from the region, it'll be a nice battle. And I think it's good for Premier Battles that they've gone through this tournament, and guess what? You've got homegrown talent in the final. You understand? That's a beautiful thing to
facts,
me.
Absolutely.
That's the way I would have wanted it to be. Like, rightfully so. And they both, obviously, Bobby had a bye because I think Koji couldn't get to him, innit? But what he showed in the battles that he's had is that he's willing to work very hard.
So hard, He was so focused, so determined, like, passionate. Yeah, man.
And I think, like what you were saying about Georgie, we were saying the bad dad kind of bars.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the sloppy cocaine taking bars to Bobby. How Bobby's looking now Trim and stuff.
Yeah.
It's getting hard to sell them bars against him now, you know, like it's gonna get long.
Bobby
like,
was looking good up there. He really was.
He was looking like some fucking Vin Diesel / Jason Statham type character on the film right now.
Yeah. Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts. Yeah. Crash. I fucks with that bar. Did Raptor drop out when he realized it was a shot for the belt and not a belt on a shot? Like, fucking hell. Georgie, when it's that close, every round seems even. That's when it's best not to judge round by round and instead judge the battle holistically. I appreciate that take, but in my mind, you can't do that. In my mind, you should not do that. It's 3 rounds for a reason, and people structure rounds with attack in mind because they're going to be judged on each round and not the battle as a whole. Otherwise, I don't know what there's not much point in having a back and forth if you don't look at it on a round by round basis. Or I could just take, look at your best rounds. Okay, well, he had his best in the 2 and 3 and he had his best in 1 and 2, but these 2 are better. Like, it then what's the point of structure, kind of, if you're doing that? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. That's
round by round still. That's the only way.
Georgie just standing there, dispassionate, diffused, not reacting. Like, it was holding his space. That was it. Yeah. It was brilliant. Yeah, crazy in the moon. I can only imagine like that energy, the electricity, like in the room. What was that bit when Bobby? What did he say? You're not nice. What did he say when he screamed at him? And then he repeated it.
It's not nice when it's at you, is it?
Not nice. Yeah, he just like, it's not nice. Oh.
It's not nice when it's you, is it?
Write it down in capital. I was here like,
like that kind of
can't take your eyes.
Building, you can feel the passion that man's putting into them moments, in it, and sometimes you can't really feel it watching on cam, but you can feel it more when there's a crowd of people that are feeling it on cam, because you can kind of understand how their reactions gauging to this. Oh shit, like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was a good battle. Premier battles of this year since 2020, they've amassed a whole bunch of classic back and forth battles where it's very competitive, very close, very debatable, very like arguable who won the battle. You know what I mean? So it's kind of looking good. It's nice to see even like Sam Hypes, whatever people want to say about him, he's a hard worker, I see his name pop up a lot. So when I see that, I know to myself, when they give him the call, there is no excuse for him. He's straight back on. And he definitely executed. He was, he did what he came to do. Like, he did himself justice. Definitely want to see him back. Can be no home advantage though with no crowd and neutral judges. Facts. So I think we were just talking about like the reaction. Because the judges are neutral and they're not even in the building. You don't get that home feel. That's it. We were just saying that. Connor, salute. Did we see King in the Dot? Yeah, we're going to talk about that. It's a 2 and 4% difference. You can't get much closer. I can guarantee if Georgie went through, there'd be as many people disappointed than Bobby goes through. Is what it is. No losers. Absolutely that. Yeah, no, that's it. In these type of battles, there's always that kind of debate to it anyway. So it's not even a problem.
That's what we want. We want the battles. I mean, as a battler, I'm sure you want to win, but you also want watchable battles. You want debatable battles. You want battles that people are going to talk about and keep your name, back and forth.
The best thing you can get from a loss is, like, obviously 2 things. You can get a lesson from it, whatever you could do better, but also you can get the kind of loss where you got to do what the fuck you plan to do, and you lost fair and square. There's nothing wrong with doing your best and losing fair and square, because you will still get the respect of the guy who won anyway, because they know, right, you only lost because of this little thing or such and such,
or just it was just that close,
literally. And I feel like it's that in this type of battle here, George and Bob.
No, exactly that.
One for the books,
totally that. So Anarchy Finals is going to be crazy. Absolutely. We're gonna talk about King of the Dot in the second.
that Anarchy final. Well, I need to find out when that card is still, because you know I might be free still. I might need to just head home real quick.
Yeah.
You get me?
Jump in. Okay, yeah, that's a great point, Connor. The best battles are the ones where you have a different winner every time you watch. Rex
100.
versus Roots was that. Yeah, I love a battle like that.
100.
Definitely love a battle like that. Sometimes a loss like that, Georgie, can result in a win down the line anyway. Yeah, facts. Georgie's stock has tripled after Bobby Moke. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, and you know, it's unfortunate because in this one the loss is definitive. Not only is it judged, you don't get to progress to the next round. It's not just like it's any other battle. But yeah, it doesn't mean that it's you know, there aren't wins from this. There are so many positives that Georgie can take, and I think, you know, he's very humble, and I'm sure he took them as well, or he will be taking them. So yeah, shout out to Prem, shout out to Briggsy in the comments. Let me give you some flowers, give you some love, give you, you know, the whole team over there. Briggsy, you know, is like, I'm sure the engine, you know, I'm 100%. Sure you're going to shout out your team and everyone that plays a part in it. But
Briggsy is the Paul Scholes of Premier Battles. That's how I see him. He's the Paul Scholes. He's quietly working away, setting it up, through ball here, couple long shots every now and then.
Super dependable.
Come on.
Super dependable. Yeah. So yeah, shout out to you. Another, you know, stellar round from this Anarchy tournament. Cannot wait for the finals. And there's now a VOD, isn't there? There's a VOD available. Isn't there a pay-per-view of the semi-finals available? So many people wanted to watch it that if you didn't manage to catch it live yesterday free on Twitch, then you can catch it.
Throw out the link, Briggs.
Yeah, put the link in the chat, and we'll put it in the description as well afterwards, so that you can go and get the link for that and go and download that. And yeah, August Connor says the final is, but yeah, definitely watch, follow the socials, follow the YouTube for Premier Battles, stay tuned for announcements on that. But also we'll post links for, and also coming up next in not August but in July, we have Era versus Era from No Loose Chat. Had an announcement today. We've been getting announcements for the last few weeks. This is a 2-day event. How many I'm losing count. Is it like 14 battles on the card plus another 2? I don't know. 14 battles or something. 16 battles. I don't know.
I'm under good instruction that there's actually 14 battles. I'm hearing that there's one day there may be 6 and another day there may be 8.
Hold on. No, I'm thinking how many have been. I'm saying 14. It just feels like 14.
No, I don't think 14 have been announced yet. I think there's probably only been like 12 announced maybe.
How many? Do we know how many? All right, I'm getting confused now with what I'm supposed to say and what I'm not supposed to say. So I'm sorry if I haven't. I'm so confused. Hopefully people are also confused and I haven't said anything that I'm not supposed to say.
On my,
but
on my thing, innit? I can read the names.
You can read the names. Let's go. Let's run through the card.
In no particular order.
In no particular order.
Rivers. Yeah.
Who?
Rivers, Uncle, Ambassador. Yeah. Like these are people that's on the card so far announced. Yeah. Rivers, Yunnan.
Okay, thank you, No Loose Chat. 13 battles in tow. I'm sorry if I said anything I wasn't supposed to say.
Sheesh.
Okay. Did I say? All right.
So far I've seen Rivers, Yunnan, Tony, Joker Star, Frost, never lost, D-Mac, AJ Raw, Villain, Tally, Enigma the Prophet, Wilsey, Tech, Crash,
what?
Pussyface Mock, Giz, Pussyface Mock,
Rivers,
Georgie, Soljitsu, Trouble, Aker Straps, and Pussyface Mock.
Listen.
So I don't know how much that is.
Moke. I'm being diplomatic here. Let me give him his dues. Moke is on that card if anyone was confused. If anyone was confused, Rivers is battling Moke. That was why the disrespect is coming. I wasn't expecting that.
Sorry, my bad.
But all right, let me.
Listen, what I say is, my opinion is on behalf of Rivers and not London Gen or the good people at London Gen Enterprises. Okay, so it's all good.
Crash is saying R.I.P. Yunnan. This is hilarious. When Crash first put that in, Crash put that as a comment when I was live on Caffeine on my verified source.
Listen, don't tell me that you believed it, Jen.
No, I didn't believe it.
Okay.
I didn't believe it, and I didn't see it. I was looking at the StreamYard view, yeah. But Henny's looking at the Caffeine view, and Crash is in the Caffeine chat, and he's looking at the comments, and he's like, oh. He's like, oh shit, R.I.P. Yunnan. Like, I think it was in the Trapper check-in as well.
No, he verified it. He gave it the verified source on actual air. I'm not saying R.I.P. to Yunnan, man. Just got the terrible news there, you know. Battle rap legend has passed away.
I was like, no, that's Crash.
Trolling his next
opponent. No one has died. He was like, salute, like prayers out or something. Like,
man, start talking about prayers out. Oh my God. Crash is dangerous, you know. Crash is dangerous.
Yeah, it's looking like the event of the year so far, UK. Like the names. So this is what I wanted to get to before.
I read that it was only Crash. 10 names. So
the names that you just said, like all those, that was only 10 names.
I'm sure it was only 10 names.
That sounded like a lot heavier. Maybe it's just because they're heavy hitting names.
Face in there, innit?
What? Hold on. Who is this? Just to get a rep. Is that a pussy face mirror match? Oh, I wonder who this is.
I wonder who that is.
Or clearly you are a Moke supporter.
Or someone that is not a Rivers supporter. Let me talk, man. Fucking hell, I got a battle coming up. You see what, Jen? This is what I'm saying. I don't know what it is, people, but when I say things, people catch feelings while they're chatting shit about me.
Whatever happened to Marlo and Shuffle T? They're still about. I don't know if they're coming outside. I don't know if they're.
I reckon they'll be back soon.
But yeah, they're doing things that they do work together all the time. I'm sure that I see them interacting. They just put out a really funny skit. But yeah, I'm not sure.
I think the sounds like, you know, they've got this blog thing, this podcast the Shuffle T and somebody else, but that's doing pretty well for them.
Very
so
well, yeah, for real.
They'll probably do something more in that avenue.
That's probably going to end up married and doing his thing, and Shuffle T is making big moves. Yeah,
that's probably going to end up as a TV show on BBC or Channel 4 or something like that. I could see a panel show or something like that.
Yeah, that would be dope. Yeah, right. If you big up Yunnan on the stream, Jen, he'll come to the event with a cake for you. Yunnan knows I big him up all the time.
You say, what did you say? A cake?
He'll come with a cake for me. Yeah. But you know, I'm not gonna say no to cake. I love cake. No jokes. He said pussy. Oh, okay. He said pussy face twice. Because he said pussy face twice, it was a pussy face mirror match.
Okay.
Yeah, pussy face versus pussy face. Okay.
Oh no, there's just one in it, but I just wanted them to get a lot of promo.
It was just extra emphasis.
That's all. Extra, I was just trying to give him
doubling extra down extra promo.
That's it. That's the one.
You spelt disrespect wrong, or you pronounced disrespect wrong. Get these warm-up laps in, Rivers. Still owe me the smoke, okay?
Who's talking that talk?
Who you think is talking that talk?
It sounds like
you think is talking that talk?
The last boss on Street Fighter talking to me. That's what it sounds like to me. The last boss on Street Fighter is talking.
You know, it's Briggsy. Yeah, Nelly's chat are looking like, yeah. Briggsy wants that smoke. There's unfinished business there. There is unfinished business to attend to.
We've got to have a convo, definitely.
Briggsy, can we get that battle sorted for a certain event?
I mean, there's a certain thing coming up in August and that, and I don't know. After my next battle, I might feel active, like I might want to just go back outside and just You know what I mean? Smoke
Okay.
another pack real quick. You know what I mean?
Okay.
A Briggsy
NLC debut. Okay. I see the eyes there.
Oh, you're trying to do it the other way.
Okay.
Oh. I mean, you might have to talk to some people about that. I don't know what they got planned next, but you know me, man.
Well, you know, the people that are in the chat, the conversations can be had. You know, this is, you know, unfinished business. Like I said, you know, things can be worked out. I'm sure. Like any smoke can be sorted out.
Come on, no worries. Briggsy's needed to talk to me since I left Premier Battles. Yeah, I'm saying so. I feel like I owe him the conversation. Still.
There's a conversation that needs to be had.
I need to tell him why I left, and he needs to tell me why he thinks I left or whatever. Innit? Cool.
I'm here for it. I am so here for it. Okay, yeah, green check, green tick. Briggsy, yeah, can be done.
Verified.
I want to see Rivers go Dublin and have a classic with Johnny Darko.
No, that needs to happen also because I owe Johnny Darko still. I owe him still.
I think we were talking about that the other day, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, this NLC card is actually brilliant. Has there ever been a 2-day Fiddlers event before? Oh, someone can answer that. I'm not the historian.
That might be
Connor Ainsworth will know. Connor says, yep. Oh, and Troy jumps in there first and says, yes, there has. So, yeah, well,
bringing it back.
Yeah, no, it's dope. It's dope to see it. And yeah, the card, like I say, all those names. Let's talk about some of the matchups. I have to talk about. Let me talk about. I have to see the card in front of me.
I know it on my brain still.
Notes. I don't know anything. I don't know my name without notes.
You tell me a name.
If I don't have London Gen, all one word, 3 ends on the Gen.
I'm not gonna lie. This battle rap made my memory on some next shit.
My memory is so useless. My memory is so useless. Oh man, the things I do live on the show the other day. I told you about the Math Hoffa thing. Man. Oh man.
That was a bit of a faux pas.
Cringe, man.
That was fucked. Cringe. That was kind of fucked still.
Cringe. I need to get better with the memory.
Salute to you on that one, Jen, because that could have got crazy.
You know when you just want to die? That
could have got real crazy in there. That's all I'll say.
But yeah, all right. You tell me about, other than, you know, you don't have to talk about your battle, but you can tell me, what are you most excited for on the card, seeing as you've got instant recall?
No, it's mad, you know. It's a nuts card. Like, what am I most excited for on the card? The card.
Crash, I really want to say, keep that man's briefs out your mouth. Like,
what's that? Yunnan. What's that?
Yunnan wears Y-fronts.
Oh, come on, Crash.
Keep that man's briefs out your mouth.
Crash.
Actually, do you know what? Y-fronts can be extremely attractive on a man if you have a certain shape and physique. I'm just saying. So for me, you know, I haven't seen and I don't want to see Yunnan in his fronts, but I guess, you know, you can maybe tell me. Did he look good?
I don't even know they still made white fronts.
Did he look good in them is what I want to know.
I thought they stopped making them in the 80s or some shit.
Yeah, I mean, did he look good in them?
Hey, listen, let's move swiftly on, please. Please, let's move swiftly on. Yeah, Crash, you can't post that because you posted something saying that Yunnan was on some funny shit. Remember? So you can't post that now. Come on. You're just negating the own thing you put up the last time. You know what I mean? So let's get rid of that. Yeah. And go back to saying that he's a dickhead. Please. That works.
I need to see the card in front of me. Yeah. So, all right, let's start with that then. Crash versus Yunnan.
Oof. You know, like when there's a challenge that brings something out of you. I think that will be this for Crash, innit? I think this would be the battle that, because it's not like Crash is battling the Mandem or something like this, where it's like, oh, I'll go be like this, like you're battling Yunnan, innit? So I think this battle will bring like a different animal out of Crash, you know what I mean? And Yunnan's a beast, isn't it? Yunnan proves himself in this stage, he's gonna have to do something crazy, and I feel like he's gonna do something crazy. So I want to see what Crash does, innit? I feel like I know what Yunnan's gonna do. I ain't heard nothing from him. I ain't heard nothing from nobody, but I feel like I know what Yunnan, like, you know, when over the years you've seen the different stages of Yunnan, him at his high peak, him at his low peak, the mediocre peak, the can't be bothered peak, the fired up peak, the going against his fucking idol peak. You get what I'm trying to say? And I feel like,
why have racists just come in here? What the fuck?
What's that?
Oh, why didn't I?
What happened?
Did I block the wrong user?
Let me see what they said. They're blocked now, though, innit?
Shit, did I block the wrong user? I might have just blocked someone who shouldn't have been blocked. Someone called Sprite. Oh, Crash. I'm so sorry. I've just blocked you. I'll unblock you in a second. And then this one who I'll because
it's moving, innit? So
yeah.
it just fucks. Man said, hey nigga. Who's that? Fuck them, man.
Wow. And then is this because I saw Donna? That's borderline. Let's see. Wow. What the fuck?
What the hell? Hassan Piker, racist, ruining chats.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Wow. Okay.
That's crazy. You lot should just subscribe to the channel. Give man some fucking subscribers and that. Like, chill out, bro.
Where has this come from? I feel like this is like a level of litness or something.
I feel like
how do you get rated by racists? What do you have to do to get rated by racists? Like, you have to be, must be up there. I'm in an algorithm or something. The channel is in an algorithm.
I think we need to congratulate ourselves for reaching the next stage of the game.
It's cool. Apologies to anyone in that. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to spend time blocking right now. What I will do is a big mass block, because if I go and block them, they're just going to go and open, there's 36 of them in here right now. So, or, 36 people, about 20 of them at least are not 20.
Wow. That's different dedication though.
Yeah.
Like, to imagine
how did
I don't even know what time it is.
I've never seen this. I've never seen this before.
Yeah,
this is
all crazy.
Incredible. But yeah, we're not going to what we're going to do is we are going to ignore all of that, and I will just block it all in the comments later. So if you want to comment, I'll see it, we can just ignore all of that. I will address none of that. And if you want to comment as normal, then do that, and I'll pull up your comments, we'll interact with them, and we'll ignore everything else. So yeah, Crash versus Yunnan.
Yeah, so as I was saying, we've seen Yunnan at all these different peaks of that, so we know what he's going to bring to the table, whether he's going to go fire, whether he's going to take it light. We still kind of knowing it, but it's, to me, about what Crash brings to the table on this one. That's what I think. So that's the focus that I've got for this battle.
Yeah,
it's like, what is this guy going to bring to the table?
Because definitely Crash is going to have to elevate his game.
100%.
He's going to have to really step it up. When you think about the names that Yunnan has stood in front of, when you think about the stages he's been on, I saw a comment from Briggsy talking about he's coming with the belt. Like, he's coming with the belt. Like, you're battling, the Premier Battles champion. That fucking means something. That, that's no slight. And, although Crash is he's sort of in this era versus era clash, and people talk about he's been around. He was around in Wales, totally different stages. So he is, newer to this scene. And yeah, he's, had some battles over here over the years, but I think, this is definitely a big step up for him, and he's going to have to really step up.
He's gonna have to dig deep to get the best Crash to deal. Yunnan is a guy who, bro, he's a challenge for, I feel like he's a challenge for, when Yunnan's on point, he's a challenge for anybody doing this thing. You know what I'm saying? So, like, even the best of them, he's a challenge for them, innit? So I just think that's like a real top level in the game. But I think for them to even give Crash that opportunity, they have a lot of faith in him. So then they don't have no faith in him for no reason. So it's just about a lot of these guys just doing what is expected of them and elevating above their expectations also in the same vein. So we'll see what Crash can do. I don't want to do the whole, I think it's going to be 2-1. Nope. I'm going to leave that one and let it rest, innit? This is a vet versus someone on the come up. So, like, I'm not trying to put no pressure on anyone or take no pressure off anybody. Yeah, so I'll leave it like that.
Yeah, apologies to anyone who's trying to now comment. I've disabled the chat. We're just going to keep it pushing. Yeah, but you know, exciting battle. Like the both of them, the energy in this one, the excitement. You know, they're both. You know, Crash's performance. You know that he brings. Yunnan sort of aggression, his delivery. Like this is going to be a real exciting clash. Yeah, a real fiery battle. You know, all of these battles have so much potential. And Crash brings an unknown factor. You know, we don't quite know. We've seen, you know, some great stuff from Crash, but you know, this is because it is such a step up. We don't quite know.
Yeah, I believe it will bring the best out of Crash, and we'll see like elevation from him, definitely. Because going into the Yunnan battle myself, I felt very much like, okay, cool, I'm gonna have to be better than I've ever been against this guy. So I'm guessing that Crash will feel the same, and he's gonna know, like, listen, this is whatever I bring to this is gonna have to be the best shit I've ever done. You understand? And I think that's kind of what we want from all of the people in this kind of tournament, innit? Or this card, should I say? We just want to see the best from the people that are higher error, the people that are lower error, whoever. We just want to see it bring the best, the battle, the clash, bring the best out of them. Battling a younger person brings hunger back in a lot of the older veterans, to say.
As you're sort of talking, you're making me think instantly of another battle, which is kind of in a similar vein. I'm thinking the same thing. Tech versus Tally.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. This is all. I'm not gonna lie. They should have called this card the migraine card, because I've just had a headache every single time they announce something. It just pisses me off. It's literally pissing me off because it's such great choices for clashes, isn't it? And it's like speeding up the process of what would have been years of, you ain't on my tier, you can't battle me. You know, like breaking that down and saying, no, forget that. We're gonna make it so if he's battled him and this guy in his tier is doing well, he deserves a battle with him. We're speeding the process up. We're breaking this ice where certain men are put on a pedestal away from certain men that are on the come up. No, throw them in with these people that have been battling and let them know firsthand what it takes. That's how it is when you fight, when you're coming up, when you're outside. You don't get no training before you go out there. You just go out there and lose and then realize I'm not losing next time because I'm going to do this. I'm going to learn what he did to me. I'm doing it to the next person. So I think that's going to be the first-hand training that these come-ups, these new errors, these rookies, however you want to put it, it's going to be the first-hand training that they need. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. This is, you know, going to be a real sort of baptism of fire for them. I think this is for the first, for a lot of them, this is the first time that they've really had that. I'm sorry if I'm repeating anything that you just said. I've kind of
zoned.
Yeah, but yeah, it's the first time that you're seeing them against such sort of seasoned,
chiseled opponents.
Yeah, such polished and experienced opponents. So, you know, and that that can often bring out, you know, that pressure and that, you know, having to elevate, having to battle someone that you've grown up, you know, or you've spent the last sort of 5-10 years watching, having to then go and battle them, that can really, you know, put a pressure on you that you've never had before. So yeah, I'm totally here for this card. Who else on there? So AJ Ra, we haven't seen AJ Ra in a minute. His last battle, was it his last one or the last two as well? He I think
the last battle I've seen him in was against Caps. Did he have a battle after that?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I think he was supposed to, wasn't he supposed to battle? He was supposed to battle on the Nodish chat card, I think, against Jester, but Jester couldn't come over from Ireland.
That was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
And was there And then I think that was it. That's why I'm thinking twice, because I think that was supposed to be rescheduled, and then Ireland was still under lockdown or something like that. I might be completely getting that wrong. Let me see. I think I can open back the chat again. I don't know what the hell that was. I'm gonna have to take off likes and dislikes because it's now got like 25 dislikes or something. Yeah, I think the chat should be back active. But yeah, we haven't seen AJ in a minute. The last AJ we saw was really impressive. He's already made a real excitement around him. AJ doesn't necessarily do the internet buzz. He doesn't do all the social media hype. He sort of comes out when he needs to. He's a man of few words until
I thought that. Not to stop you, Jen.
Yeah.
I thought that, but then I realized AJ has got a regular podcast called the Bun That Podcast with his homie.
Yeah.
As much as he doesn't do the messaging and all of that, but he's active in that world.
Definitely.
So his opinion is out there for people to kind of divulge and digest and all this type of stuff. So I think he's just more condensed his social media usage into content rather than just like tweets and like uploads and stuff like that. So
yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. When I'm saying the social media, I mean more in the battle
Facebooks
sense.
And
like in the back, the little back and forth. Like he's active. He's very active actually, like on Twitter and posting and sharing and commenting and stuff. But in the sense of like hyping back, like he doesn't come and do the drama. Like when he's been on roast as well, like he'll come in, he'll comment and he'll talk, but like he's not easily drawn out, or he doesn't just hype. Like if he's got something to say, he'll kind of say it, or he doesn't feel the need for like frills and bells and whistles and hype for the sake of it.
He's willing to just keep his head down, work hard, and get where he needs to go. And I could tell that about him.
Yeah.
And behind the scenes, as a battler, they're my colleagues, as I always say. Like I heard nothing from him, but I've heard nothing but good things about what his material would have been for his next battle. You know what I mean? I hear a lot of people saying, "Bro, AJ shit that he had just rough. Oh my fucking days, cuz." So I'm guessing he's elevating, he's stepping up behind the scenes, innit? So like getting a big name will bring something out of you. But again, this is why I say it helps on both sides, because Joker Star is the type of person where you put him in a dangerous situation with his back against the wall. He'll try to do what he can to show that he's not that guy, innit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Depending on what opponent he gets, it may work. We've seen him bully certain people up there.
Yeah.
Secretly. It's kind of forceful, you know what I mean? So we'll see how it goes. So and I'm not gonna sleep on Joker Star's pen. He's got a pen still.
Yeah. No, this is gonna be like, this is another one, this is another one that's got so much potential. Troy says, ever since I said fuck the hippie shit, we haven't heard from AJ. Yeah, this one is another one, real potential in this, especially in terms of the writing, especially in terms of the conversation that the two of them are able, to have with each other, where their material might go, the angles. I think it's going to be, and also just, again, performance, two, imposing, big, dominant, aggressive, but with AJ as well, you get a very sort of restrained aggression. Sometimes I feel like it's misplaced, or it doesn't quite come in the right places.
I feel like aggression is part of it, but you kind of need the material to substantiate the aggression in it. So if you're saying aggression on the part where you're talking about, it's like a Care Bear in the garden, it's kind of like, I get it, you're putting energy into it, but it would make more sense if you're like, I'll brick you in your face kind of thing. It makes sense. So that's the way I see it. So
those are things I think that perhaps...
And that's not to say that AJ Raw ever. That's just an example of what I mean.
No, that was a quote. You just quoted him. How dare you misquote him like that?
He won the battle with that bar, so you can say what you want.
Shut the building down.
It worked for him, so you can say what you want.
Are they? I might have to shut the chat again. Joker's going to talk to his soul. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. All right, who else is on that card? And now, actually, I need to think. All right, so today's announcement. Fuck. Just happened today. So much has happened today. Today has been so action-packed. And this is why I need notes in front of me. This is what I'm saying. This is why I need notes, because I've got no memory. The thing that happened most recent, I cannot even remember. Fucking just happened today. It's 6 o'clock. Tony D versus Georgie Roots.
That's mad.
I mean,
that's mad.
I mean, like this, you know what I want to say?
Shocked.
Like, go on.
I said I was shocked. I'm not gonna lie, I was shocked because, and the reason why I was shocked is nothing to do with.
Sorry.
Oh shit! You're just giving the camera a little view on itself and that, yeah.
Oh yeah! Oh my gosh! I hope you didn't see all my mess as well. That's where the chaos resides.
They saw the shotgun. They saw the illegal immigrants. They saw everything. Everybody.
He likes being tied up in the chair over there. I promise. Like he enjoys it. He really enjoys being tied up.
Tony D versus Georgie Roots. That is yeah. So the reason why I was shocked, as I was saying, to revert back, is because you don't just get Tony D to come outside in 2021.
That's what I thought.
You don't just get him to come outside. You know what I mean? And no loose chat. You know, they're coming up. They're building. This is like the foundations that's being set right here. Okay. So sometimes there's an elite level of battle rapper that they kind of wait for the foundations to be set first and then they venture in. You don't really just jump in when the foundations are being built because of the level they are. Maybe they don't want to get no dirt on their clothes, dirt under their fingernails. Who knows? But he said, I'm outside, bro. Oh, you lot building something over there? I'm outside, bro.
Yeah.
So this is what shocked me. It's just a salute to Tony D, innit? It's not even to say he wouldn't do that, but he doesn't need to.
And like, do you remember actually? And we'll talk about Tony and Georgie, the battle. But do you remember when we were sitting here? Tech was sitting there.
Yes, sir.
Tony was sitting in the middle, and you were sitting on the other side.
Yes, sir.
Tech was baiting Tony, saying you have to come.
Come outside, bro. Come outside.
And Tony's saying,
you don't listen. If my ego brings me outside, you don't even want that.
You don't want no parts of that.
Like you don't. This is a problem you don't need. You don't need Uncle Tone outside.
Because he's spent ages saying, I'm not coming. I've done my, you brought up the fact that, you that was that.
You remember when I was on your neck like that? I said, yeah, it was on my neck.
Right.
On my neck.
But he put his time, be saying, I've done my time, I've been, I'm just not in it. I'm just not in it. And, we sat here and watched Georgie versus Moke.
Yeah.
And Tony was impressed. I've got an episode of Battle Rap Brunch that I've got to edit. It's a crazy editing process. Oh, I love those episodes. They were so fun to film, but to edit.
We need to get the Brunch too soon. It's going to be me, Jen, and possibly another different 3 battlers.
Yeah. No,
you know what I mean?
have to do another one of that. I need to sort out how. Yeah, I think I can streamline definitely the process. Every time you do something.
I think we need a northern one, Jen.
Well,
we need to get
definitely
3 of top names from up there to come down and just have the brunch with us.
That would be dope. Like that would be sick. That would be sick. There's some cards coming up as well that I need to maybe
Mr. Bond, if he gets a great result and his final, we celebrate with him just like we do with champs when they win things. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what the brunch is about.
That would be crazy.
Dinner with the champs.
Have we talked Tech versus Tally? We kind of touched on it a little bit, but not in detail. No, not yet. Need to be involved in that. Did Tone make that decision before Georgie's performance the other night? Well, the announcement was made today, but Tony, I'm not saying anything definitely because Tony shocked Twitter recently by hinting that he might have booked a battle or something, and then he's sort of made a couple of I'm writing comments. So I would say that battle was definitely, at least if it wasn't booked, it was talked about. I don't know when it was booked, but he's been dropping hints.
The thing about Tone is, if he's already agreed to something and then you have a bad performance, all that does is finish his third round for him. Do you get what I'm saying? So,
and it wasn't even as though Georgie had a bad performance, it definitely.
But it's just a loss, isn't it? So you can always play a
exactly.
loss like, you lost the body.
Exactly.
Cool. But at the same time, as we know with Tony, he's gonna pick someone based on what he believes they deserve and the merit that and the effort they put in. And, he knows who he is. He knows what he kind of symbolizes in terms of if you get that Tony battle. He knows that. So not anyone will get the battle. And I think most of us would agree if there's any new kind of battler that deserves someone like Tony D, it's probably Georgie Roots right now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely. I mean, if you were to ask me, if you said, "Oh, Tony's coming back outside," who, in this setting, who would you? And in fact, I'm sure I was asked this, and I'm sure I said the only person I could really see would be, or the match that makes the most sense is Georgie Roots. And there's the East London thing as well. It's in London, it makes sense. It makes sense. Both of them very technical, great writers, layered material,
Listen, Tony
great defense.
He was sitting next to me watching Georgie like a shark. I'll tell you that. He's watching like a shark, picking out things. I won't say what. You can watch the.
You can watch
brunch,
it. That's it.
But
that's it.
He's there sitting there, when you're hunting prey, and you're like, okay, okay, the ankle's
literally
got a little limp there.
Yeah,
see that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh, look, he's slow on the left side. Oh, okay, cool. See that?
And there's one bit where when it's as the battle going on, and he kind of nudges you, and I don't know if it's picked up what he says on camera, but he nudges you, and he's pointing, he's whispering, and you're agreeing, and it's like
there was some killers just saying up there, you know what? You know what? A 9 mil would actually work with that ankle. Yeah, you're right.
No, this one, this is gonna, like I say, this card, every battle has so much potential. That's the fastest route to the top tier we've seen for years. I would be surprised if it isn't. Again, I'm not one for necessarily when things happened in their sequence, in their correct order, but I know the amount of energy that's been around Georgie for the last sort of year, 18 months or since he came in the scene.
It's his work ethic to me. It's like he's very talented, but he's, when they say hard work beats talent, he's got both.
Absolutely.
He's hard worker, very talented.
And he's also incredibly humble, incredibly gracious. I can imagine that he's very easy to work with. People
100%.
want people like that. When you deal with them, when you talk to them, you want to work with them, you want them to win, that's it. He's you can see he learns from things. He takes a loss really, he's had losses and he's taken them, or say the Cest, I'm thinking about he's had losses. I'm thinking about the Celeste battle particularly, which was a win, but was one which was a very debatable one. A lot of people were saying it was a robbery, not just that, but Celeste got robbed. That's it. Basic.
And this goes back to the point from earlier, not to cut you, where I say when you're on a away match, you got to be on 120. You're not going to be able to get off with nothing basic. Your opponent might be able to, but you won't. You understand? So I feel like this guy puts 100% in all the time, bro. So it's deserving. I would like to have seen him win the competition, realistically, but I'm happy for Bizzo or
this
Bobby
is a great final. This is a great final.
Absolutely.
Great final. And Bobby Georgie did himself proud in this, and did what he came to do. Absolutely. And he's got a great battle that's going to be talked about for a very long time, and a great story in the tournament. Great story throughout from the tournament as well. This one right here, this is going to be, I'm not giving any predictions.
I don't say we do predictions. We're just reviewing.
Just talking.
We're not
talking.
Breaking down.
Talking. I'm excited. I'm so excited for this. who mentioned, was it Connor mentioned Tally versus Tech. Tech coming back. I mean, Tech coming back. Oh, why am I so useless, Rivers? Why do I act like I can talk and really it's just the front now? Really, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I just will confuse everything.
So you're allowed to make 1 or 2 grammatical errors here. There's nothing wrong with it.
It's like every 5 minutes I say the wrong thing.
You watch a lot of battles, and sometimes that choking shit is catching. So, you know, I'm not gonna lie. You was just watching Aker, so I'm not saying that anything rubbed off. But
maybe.
I'm just saying.
Maybe. Or maybe it's because I'm about to talk about Tech and I give him so much.
Oh man, that's a horrible segue. An absolutely horrible segue.
And I do, and I will continue to do so.
Jesus
because
Christ.
I rate
unforgiving big sister, you know that sister that she loves you, but she is not letting you slide. Yeah, that's you.
No, but like, I feel like I'm kind of like that with. I'm like that across the board.
Okay.
I feel like Tech has a little bit of complacency with it, so I'm a little bit extra with it because he's a little bit complacent. I don't, I think cleanliness, being able to deliver all 3 rounds, having 3 rounds in the first place, being able to deliver all 3 clean and, get through your material consistently is very important. And, everyone has off days, everyone has bad days, of course. But for things to become habit is not the way.
You got to tighten up, man.
And when you're going against Tally, all right, so one thing we haven't talked about, and this is definitely a factor. All right, we can relate this to both of these battles. Tony hasn't battled since, what was that? The Premier Battles, Sirius Jones. That was that 2019?
I'm guessing. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I was gone by that point still.
I feel like that was 2019, December or something. When was Tally's last battle?
I feel like Tally's last battle was a Gram clash. I feel like that's the last competitive thing that he might have been in.
Yeah, but was it? I looked this up the other day actually, and now I can't type either. Someone might tell us in. 2019 was Tony. Let me see. Tally's last battle. Yeah, so ring rust is definitely something that can be a factor in this. So 2019 dialect on Talk is Cheap.
Grand clash, right?
Okay. And then before that would have been iKid on Gift of the Gab. So in 2019 as well. So Noli's chat, salute.
I was there for that actually. iKid got handled still.
So a factor in this is going to be ring rust. So you're talking about Georgie, who's outside and active. Tech is also in a tournament. He's in the Beast Anglia tournament, outside and active. He's just done the whole process tournament. He's battled on Don't Flop recently. Like, this new era class is pretty active. One thing they don't necessarily have is experience in those bigger rooms, in that denser crowds, certainly not necessarily in the Fiddlers. It's not a venue I've been in, but I hear, obviously, battling in that pit, I hear all the, and it's one of those hallowed grounds, isn't it?
It's like a Wembley to a certain extent.
Yeah.
It's like, or anyone in the UK battle rap thing has had a moment in the Fiddler's Elbow. Do you understand that? Yo, I remember back in the Fiddler's Elbow when every single person has had one of them moments. That's anyone worth their salt in battle rap. So it's kind of an iconic venue for them to have picked for everybody to be going down to, innit? So
incredible.
At first I thought, oh, come on, man, you lot pick a new venue. But then when I thought about it, I thought, nah, it's a place that it's like a hallowed ground. Everybody knows how to get there. It's like a pilgrimage from. It doesn't matter where you are in London, but like they did a show in West, and it's still like a matter of getting to here, to get to here, to get to there, to find that road. Even the other one up north, it's still a matter of going here, but then walking up the hill to go to there and where. But this one, you just get off this. Like it's there. It's along the road. So. And everybody knows where it is already. Everyone's been there before. Everyone's performed there before. Everyone's been in the crowd there before. Crazy.
Connor saying Tally has taken 2-year breaks and come back with no rust at all. Rust doesn't affect that man. And the top tier remix proved he's hungry for a win. That top tier remix was crazy. And Tally's obviously, you know, he's been he's super active.
Yeah.
Super active right now. That's something I wasn't necessarily aware of. Like I say, when I watched the battles, I watched them back in, you know, I wasn't there at the time, so I'm not looking at necessarily context or when this happened or when they last battled before. So I don't know that you haven't battled in 2 years and this is a comeback battle for you necessarily. So
Caddy is as cold as ice.
Yeah.
That's one thing I can say about Caddy.
Yeah.
He's as cold as ice.
Yeah, facts.
Literally. He has something that a lot of people don't have, which is a poise. This guy went to Manchester needing an operation and got his battle off and arguably won the battle, and then just came home and got his operation done. I think it was either he just had the operation or he was about to have it, but whichever it was, he was not meant to be battling.
That's some warrior shit.
This is what I'm saying. So
that's some warrior shit.
He's cold as ice. So
Troy says Rivers battled Quack at the Fiddlers. It was crazy. Quack battle is legendary. Fiddlers is synonymous with UK battle rap, which is like Rivers said, well, it's dope that, you know, we're getting, and this is you know, hopefully, you know, let's speak it into existence. I'm not talking about hopefully, and I'm not going to talk about whatever might be able to, you know, happen.
This will be.
So this is going to be, you know, No Loose Chat sort of first lockdown event, you know, where they get opportunity to have a proper crowd in the building. When you think about the fact that they've been able to generate all of this energy during a fucking pandemic, like everything that they've done has been in a pandemic, like they haven't been, you know, able to sort of reach the full capacity when they had their first sort of the debut event, or what's the word, that's the wrong word, but you know, had to get shut off, and they've kind of just been trying to keep putting on throughout the period in the best way that they can, and every time they've made it happen, they've made it work with, you know, within the restrictions that we've had at the time, and created an amazing energy. So now going into this event, 2-day event, the names that we've got, you know, at the Fiddlers is just, it's going to be special. It's going to be special. Salute. Go to bed. Have a great night, Caretaker.
You're saying pleasure. Caretaker's out for the night.
Out for the night. I am Salute definitely going to message you, because like I said, proposition for you. Okay, who else on the card? I don't want to miss out anyone, and I don't want to say a name that hasn't been announced, or that I'm making up out of nowhere.
I'll tell you an interesting one for me. An interesting battle on that card is Aker versus Villain. That's interesting.
Talk about it.
That's very interesting.
Can I, in fact, talk about it while I put my kettle on, because I'm about to die.
She's about to get the ginseng.
No, caffeine.
Caffeine. Oh, so now you got to deal with caffeine. You just all day promotion, yeah? Aker versus Villain. Yeah, I don't know if you lot know, but both of them to me haven't been battling for a long time. Aker is probably one of the people that is one of the most improved battle rappers from Gifted the Gap. From when he first started to who he is now, it's like the gap of the difference between the levels is astounding. And he's still able to do this last minute situation where he can just pop up, couple days prep, bang some rounds together and kill somebody. You know what I mean? So I got a lot of faith in what Aker can do. And obviously Villain, but I feel like with Villain, there's like a certain villain in there that everybody wants that we haven't had. You know, it's not even anything we've seen. We've seen him wilding out, but we know that there's a level above that.
The
that's
potential,
in there.
yeah.
And we just want to see it. We don't know who's gonna bring it out of him, but we're just gonna keep watching villain until we see this guy come out. We say, okay, cool, there it is, isn't it? So I'm hoping this is the battle for him where he can pull that out. And then both of them are my guys, isn't it? So it's a bit mad.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be like every one of these I just see as being, you know, really potentially, or the ones we talked about, either one could take it. Like it could be
edge,
you know, but they're definitely real fights. Bracey versus Nobi, that's gonna be an interesting one.
Yeah, I think that might be my favorite one that I look forward to in it, because
it's the energy in that.
Yeah,
the energy in that, the performance.
Nobi's kind of secretly my favorite out of these little ones, because he's got the cheat codes to just somehow get through the battle. And it's all mad.
Yeah.
And I will say, like,
I beg you, do your Nobi impression.
Oh my gosh, you want me to do the Nobi impression?
Yeah.
What can I say? What are we talking about? All right, cool. On the era versus era card, it's gonna be crazy, because I'm gonna grab the gap and kick back. I ain't talking lazy. Shout out to Nobi. I don't even listen. I was gonna save that and do a little special, but we ain't gonna do too much. But listen, Nobi's my favorite. Like I told you, he's my favorite. He's got a cheat code. He's got his own swag. That's what it is. He's like a goods with his kind of, because he does it in his own way that nobody can do it. You know what I mean? You have to mimic Nobi to do Nobi style.
And to be that original as well, like, or to be that sort of recognizable. To have that recognizability.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a word.
I don't think that's a word.
I'm just not.
Do
you know what? I think I just
a bit. No, you know what? I think you might be right with that one. I think recognizability.
I'm not sure. All right, Connor says, can we talk King of the Dot quickly before you've got to go? Yes, we can. We'll have just a quick. Can we do that? No, actually, we can't, because I might want to cut this up into segments, so I don't want to do that. But we will. We will. No, because there are still. I swear, there's some things that who have I not talked about? I can't stand not having notes. I'm never doing this again.
No Loose Chat thing?
From the No Loose Chat thing.
Okay, so you got AJ versus Joker Star. You got Aker versus Villain. You've got Tech versus Tally. You've also got Georgie versus Tony. You've got
Bracey Nobi
versus Nobi, and then you've also got Enigma versus Wilsey.
Okay, I didn't talk about that. Okay, yeah. Enigma versus Wilsey. Okay, yes, I caught some of Trubs' really interesting interview with Wilsey the other day, and Wilsey seems to have the impression that I think all the vets are gonna die, like all the you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
no, he has to understand there's a difference between you thinking that they're gonna die and you wanting them to die for the good of the new generation.
Yeah, but like, and also like I am always speaking and promoting. But yeah, I'm gonna have that conversation with Wilsey, because I think it's an interesting conversation, and also because like he's someone that hasn't been active for a very long time, represented a big part of the scene for a while. I always find it super interesting to have those conversations in person with people.
So, Wilsey is blunt as hell. So, like me, like, as much as people might think I'm kind of professional with my opinions, but Wilsey is very professionally blunt. Yeah. He's so professional about it that you couldn't even complain or catch offense to the way how he so he's a good guy to talk to still. And I'm glad that he's coming back still. Yeah, man.
For real.
Literally.
For real. No, I'm
see all my brothers
to see that
back out in the game.
Yeah. And versus Enigma, last time we saw him against Nobi, real dope battle. Go and check that out on Nodi's chat.
I like Enigma, as I was saying to someone before, I said Enigma's like an all-rounder. He does pretty much all the things that you need to do in it. Like there's not like one thing that Enigma does. You understand? Obviously, we're all got shit that we need to work on, every single one of us. And I just feel like he's working on a lot of things rather than one thing. You understand? Because he's an all-rounder. Literally, he's an all-rounder. Wilsey would be a good test for him as well. And if he does his thing right, he can actually be a good test for Wilsey, because Wilsey's not just going to be able to come in there and sit down and not say nothing. He actually has to say something. So I just think Enigma's a hard worker that will probably be the type of guy that makes sure that Wilsey has to work hard for whatever the result is. You know what I mean? That's why I respect that. Enigma's got that industrious thing to him, where you could imagine him sit down, putting together his angles, lining them up, getting that right, going through it, maybe even doing some research. Like I get that feel from him. Like he's really good at preparing things. You know what I mean? So I expect to see the best of him at all times. I think the advantage that the new era have is there's much more to say about us. The disadvantage is everyone's already said it. You understand?
Yeah, but what battle, what angle, who took that angle? How did that? There was a great rebuttal to that somebody said the other day. But also, if you're creative, you can still things, you know, sometimes the oldest of things will get brought up again, but it's just done in such a creative way that what's the other? I can't remember. But yeah, I think there's advantages and disadvantages on both sides. And
even on our side, like, okay, I don't even want to say nothing about our side furthermore. Let me remember that I'm a battler.
Yeah, no, also, that's it. I don't
let me remember that I still got work to do. I'm not trying to give away nothing to nobody.
Conscious that I'm sitting here talking to you, so I don't want to.
You know what it is? People don't
pull
understand
out your strategy.
People don't understand. We talk so much here that I'm all forgetting that this is going out.
That's it. It's such a natural conversation. Yeah, certain times I have to just get I should look up at the screen anyway. But when
I don't, the red button's on. Oh shit.
Yeah. Right. But yeah, so that tickets are available for that event. It is a live event. 2 days, like we said. Dates are Rivers, remind me.
24th and the 25th of June.
24th and 25th.
That is a Saturday and a Sunday.
No, July.
Don't
do that to me.
Sorry, bro. I put the battle forward a couple of fucking days.
Don't do
like
that
shit.
to me. Don't.
Sorry, guys.
I was like, oh my God, I'm so unprepared. Are you fucking kidding me?
Shit, I ain't even started writing yet. Bloody hell. I'm
unprepared. Yeah, if I'm unprepared, then
that's all
you know, I don't know what you are. So yeah, 24th and 25th of July.
Yeah. At
the Fiddlers. Crazy card, more battles, and after all the names that we've said, there are still more battles to be announced.
The thing about Snoop is, Snoop's one of them guys where he will announce a big card and still have secret battles. So don't be surprised if there's got some extra bits and pieces that you didn't know was gonna happen, that you just got to the event and saw because you wasn't prepared for it. This is why it's good to get the ticket, be in the building, see the festivities, meet up with the battlers. It's going to be like a reunion. You understand? A lot of us ain't seen each other for a long time. You got Tony D coming back. You got people like Joker Starter. These are these are your veterans. So come out, respect the salute to the veterans. You got your new youngsters out there. Come out, get involved.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
when you think about the energy and the vibe that was in the building at the Process tournament events, which wasn't even a crowd. Like when you think about it, didn't have the names that it's on the card, didn't have the era versus era. Like the first event, it was a brand new league. A lot of people hadn't even heard of some of the names on the card, and the energy and the vibe in that building was crazy. So for this one here, in this venue here, with these battles and the energy, like this,
like you're getting some newer battlers, but all the newer battlers on this card have gained a certain level of experience now where they know what they need to do.
And they've all been putting in work. Like they've all had great battles, like great performances. All of these matchups make great sense. So yeah, go to No Loose Chat. Go subscribe to the YouTube, go and subscribe to the social medias and get the tickets. I'm not sure where you get the tickets from, but there will be links either in their Twitter, on their Instagram, No Loose Chat. All the information will be in the trailers. But definitely do not wait until the event to get your tickets. These are going to sell out fast. and you won't be able to just squeeze in once the numbers are reached. Once capacity is reached, then that's it. So don't miss out on this, because everyone is going to be talking about this. Everybody is going to be talking about this, trust me.
Yeah, there's due to be viral moments in this event here still,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
and I'm just expecting, like, put it like this,
viral moments, of course.
The last No Lose Chat event that I went to, it was like the day after I lost to Mao, and it was almost like the feeling of losing the battle was erased the minute that I stepped into that event.
Talk about
that
it.
There was too much love. There's too much good performances. There's too much progress to see. There was a lot of drama. And when I say drama, I mean like the battle drama of oh shit, he's winning. Oh no, he's losing. Oh shit, he choked at him. But there's a lot. I understand it was enjoyable. It gave me that old feel. There's a lot of people that I ain't seen in a long. It's nice to be in the environment. This is that magnified. This is all them youngsters that had their moment, able to collaborate with us that have been doing it to kind of learn more now. They're going to see some shit. They're going to be like, okay, that's how it is done. That's how they move. We're going to look at them and say, right, he does that pretty well, don't he? Well, look at him go. You understand? So it's going to be a great kind of collaboration between the generations doing this thing, innit? So I'm for it. I'll be at the next day as well. Like that weekend the whole weekend is off for me.
Oh yeah, I'll certainly be there both days.
I have to be there both days.
Yeah, I'll be there both days for sure. I wouldn't want to miss either day. It's the sort of thing that's definitely, I'm sure there will be people traveling all over the country to come and see this and coming and spending the night in London to come and watch this one, because it's going to be one of them ones. Boy, not to be missed at all. King in the Dot, moving on to that. So yeah, make sure go and follow No Loose Chat on all the socials, all the social medias, YouTube, all of that. If you're not familiar with everyone on the card that we've talked about, some of maybe the newer guys, go and check out their battles on No Loose Chat. We mentioned Moke versus Georgie earlier on. Absolute war, man. Absolute war. That was a judge battle, went down on the final of the process tournament. That whole tournament had some crazy battles, but the final was such a perfect final for that tournament. And Tech versus YD, go and watch that. Tech on that card, crazy performance in that final. He's up against Tally, so yeah, go and check them out. But yeah, moving on to King of the Dot. Moving on to King of the Dot. Watched King of the Dot. So also, it's not a tournament, but it's a season. It's the sort of first season of battle rap, and I guess it's sort of modeled after maybe more an American sporting format. It's got in the season aspect of it, in the divisions aspect of it. I think King of the Dot often do the North, South, East, West division thing anyway.
That's right.
But it's also got a season thing in that it's a league, and that there are, this is season 1. I don't know, season 2. I guess does that become round 2? So once all the divisions have battled, the points have been tallied up. So it's not. The battlers don't progress based on whether you won your last battle or not. You have a round, and then you have, I think, 3 battles, and then your points are tallied up from those battles, and the best man goes through to the next round, or is it the final round? I'm not sure. Okay. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot of information. There's a lot. It's something like,
it sounds like a qualification thing. So that is that there's a group, you're in a group, and the person with the most points in the group qualifies to get through to the next round. Similar to like what the Euros is right now. Top guy in the group, or maybe the top 2 or something like this.
Exactly that. It's that sort of thing. So it's not one loss and you're out. It's more about having consistent, great performances. Obviously, you want to keep consistently winning, but taking an L doesn't mean you're automatically out. There was supposed to be 3 battles today. I think we should have had Saint versus Nan Fierro, who used to be as something. whose name I cannot remember. Why can't I remember his name? He used to be called something, Nan Fierro. He's now called something else. SM. Yeah, SM. He's, put in a lot of work, I think, previously, but hasn't been around for a very long time. And like, who was it? Family Man Hayes just popped up with the Family Man Hayes. That was, he was, whose name I can't remember, but yeah, come back with a similar name change, SM Nan Fierro. But yeah, that should have happened. Didn't go down. But what we did get was Stewie Newton versus Caustic. First battle, Rivers, I don't think you saw that one. Caustic won that one on the judges' vote. I think it went 4-1.
Caustic.
Yeah, I think the fan vote and 3 of the judges gave it to Caustic. I gave it to Stewie Newton. I'm not a Caustic fan. I wasn't a big fan of his material. I thought his writing was quite lazy. Yeah,
as it always is.
Yeah, it was lazy. He had, he was saying things like represent the hood, public defender. I'm not going to misquote him.
I feel like I've heard that before.
Joe Downey, salute. Yeah. What a time to pop in. How's it going? Yeah, roast is back. We're back.
I salute to Joe, man.
Yeah, big love to you for tuning in. Yeah, there were several things that he said which just seemed very unoriginal, like uninspired, unoriginal, and quite basic stuff I've heard before. Representing the hood, public defender, something about Isaac Newton and the apple. He said something about a bellhop, but don't know how to get to the bag. I'm sure, like, recently I've heard that 2 or 3 times.
I feel like I've heard it the other way around. Get to the bag like a bellhop.
Yeah. However it's been said, like, I'm sure I've heard it just recently as well, said several times. And it's not, it's not the greatest level of writing.
All right, cool. Before you go further, yeah. If we, and you know, I like to do this thing where I don't know if it's equivalent or equivalent battle rap with a fight, yeah. If like a man has a certain style of the way he punches, like he swings his arm 3 times, whoa, 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 and then punches the guy, yeah. Then I have a fight, and I do the same thing, whoa, whoa, and punch him, and it works, and it knocks him out. Am I fraudulent? Am I using someone else's style? It got the job done. You understand? So what I'm basically saying is, yeah, should we be going very, very hard on people that may not have heard another person's battle and have thought of an idea that they think is original, and then they say it, and then obviously we find out, oh shit, my man used that.
Yeah, I think all right, there's 2 things with a couple of bits that I pointed out and some other things. They don't sound original, but also they just sound very basic.
Yeah. Facts.
So it's not just that other people have said them, because there are so, when you're dealing with words that we all use and we all, and we're dealing with battles and similar themes, you're going to get repetition without it being you're biting someone's stuff.
Yeah. But if there's a level of kind of technicality to the difference between yours and theirs, you can appreciate.
Yeah, and to be fair, I think Stewie, like, I don't think it was just random bellhop. I think Stewie used to work in a hotel or something, so it was relevant. It wasn't as though, but it was just something that, I'm sure. I guess done. You can't fault people for not watching everything. There's so much battle rap as well right now.
Too much.
So you can't fault everyone for not watching everything. But when there were so many references that I just found unoriginal, it just and a quite basic, like the Newton, like Isaac Newton and the apple thing. I'm sure I've heard that so many times. Just
what was it, like the apple don't fall far from the tree?
I can't even remember. I just wrote blah unoriginal Newton apple.
Fuck yeah, no. What a review, guys. Blah unoriginal Newton Apple.
Yeah, gang.
You sound like you work for the Sun.
Yeah.
That's a tabloid and a half. Like, fuck, you know.
Shout out Paris in the chat. Salute to you. Salute to Queen P. Yeah, we just talked about Nodi's chat, era versus era card. Bigged up tea and crumpets earlier in the chat. We just wrapped earlier on today with our 5th episode of the Tea and Crumpets show. Go and check it out on the channel. Salute to Queen P. Putting out music as well recently. Dropped a freestyle that, go and check that out. Fire, yeah. Putting in work, like doing big things with the league, with the music shows, also the interview show. I can't talk today. The top spitter. Excuse me. I just wanted to say top shotter. I'm thinking, I know it's not top shotter. I know it's not top shotter. Don't say top shotter.
Oh shit! You got immigrants in the corner tied up, shotguns, and now you're on live talking about salute to my top shotters. Rare. Like, bro, I'm gonna need you.
I know.
To chill.
I'm just telling on myself, right?
We might have an indictment coming, guys.
Yeah, salute Queen P. Facts. So for me, for that first round, I kind of really wasn't feeling Caustic's material. Stewie comes out energetic, rebuttal straight away. I had like 2-3 rebuttals. He had something, I can't remember the bar or the setup, but the punch was like without me there's no J, like Jazzo. That's it, because that was it. Corsto. Oh God.
Man, like Corsto.
I'm just getting worse and worse. Caustic had a really odd angle saying you're not really from Seattle, you're from Federal Way. You only say you're from like DC because it's cool, and the only cool person from DC is Jay the Nightwing. And then he also said a Jay the Nightwing man bar, which I'm sure I've heard several times before, like Jay the Nightwing man. Like wingman, using Jay the Nightwing and then wingman as see it as a
you smoked a Jay the night your wingman came, bro. Shut up.
Yeah, facts. I can't remember what it was, but I just remember I didn't think and then I've written, and you said represent the hood, public defender. Heard before, and then and then it was just odd. So then he rebutted that, something like, without me, there's no J, like Jazzo. I thought that was cool. And then he rebutted the bellhop thing. He was saying it was better when Prep did it. And then he also had a freestyle about, like, he had a pill covered shirt. Caustic had, like, his shirt was covered in pills. And he said something about shirt says it all, I'll aim at his t-shirt and let that shit pill.
Oh my fucking God.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
That was the freestyle. No, this is Stewie. Okay. So that was the freestyle. Like, it was it was freestyling on
around him and shit. Okay.
Yeah.
He wrote that.
But then he said something. Yeah, no, it wasn't written. But it was because the shirt was covered in pills. Caustic shirt was covered in pills. Then he had some, like, there was some fillerish bars, and then some, he's like KOTD knee or the dot. It was a bit
that's lame.
But yeah, no, I don't need to do a whole bar breakdown. But I thought Stewie clearly took the first round for me. Caustic's second was beatable, but I think Stewie lost momentum in the end of the second. I gave the second to Caustic. He had a race angle. He was sort of basically saying, you're racist. He was doing, you're a white boy type thing, but you're also racist. If you ain't a Trump supporter, you come from one. But he had some nice things in there. But yeah, exactly. Kind of read the room. That was it. They weren't really fucking with it. And then Caustic begins his round by saying, "Oh, you caught me. I'm white," and it was funny. It was funny. And like, I don't like white people either. So kind of instantly he's pull back the momentum. Never needed race as a handicap. All praise to Cadillac. I wasn't really feeling that.
No.
And then I've written down This is what I've written down. Predicted race angle dash cause he's racist question.
You know, like you have to ask yourself the question, right? I need to do some research. Is he racist?
Well, because I'm thinking, when I think courses, something I always think, I think two things. I think Jefferson Price, and I think I'm sure you're racist. But yeah, he had
I just remember Big K saying, "You're not about that life. Don't even talk about my homie name." Because he said, "Your cousin, like your friend died." It just set off Big K instantly. It's like, right, bro, why are you trying to say my brother's name in a battle and you're not like that, bro? Instantly.
Yeah. Yeah. So Justin says, not DC, Washington State on the West Coast. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, when I'm saying DC, I always forget which. I know that Jay the Nightwing is from the Washington that's West Coast. Jay, yeah. So I know it's not
DC,
like state capital. But yeah, you say it sounded like filler. I don't know. It all sounded like filler. Yeah, there was a lot. I've written fillerish several times for both of them.
Wow.
But I think probably more for Caustic. I think Stewie did stuff better, but I did. Yeah, one of those where, like I say, he didn't read the room at all.
Yeah.
In terms of that race angle, it didn't hit. Whereas Caustic kind of on the comeback really did, whether I was feeling it or not. And yeah, they were quite impressed by the performance. I wasn't particularly, but that's a style thing, a preference thing. And I think he may be, I'm not going to keep saying that because I'm not sure. Let me do a bit more research before I keep throwing out the R word and associate it with people. Yeah. But if I do, then, you know, I'll use it
as continually. Far as I know, he's not like some racist, but I've seen battles where people reference his dad being a racist, isn't it?
Oh, okay. So it's an angle that kind of sticks, and then I hear that, and yeah. So I'm not gonna, you know. But in general, I just thought Stewie kind of did better. The energy was better. I think Caustic also had a big stumble in one of the rounds as well. I think it was trying to do Italian. He was trying to speak Italian, and yeah, he stumbled. But it was a cool battle. I wasn't really feeling it that much. The next battle, though, I think you saw this one, Caddy Smooth versus Reverse Live. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I watched. I think I missed.
Yeah, you missed the first.
I got it by the second, innit?
You missed the first, saw the second, the last two. Yeah. I think the first round, Caddy Smooth's first round, I haven't, this is how you can tell, like I hadn't even got a chance to write the name. I've written all of this stuff in afterwards, the rounds and stuff, because the both of them were just, and then like when you know I barely have any lines, I've got words written like, so he was going in, he had some dope reverse live flips.
Listen, like I came in and I literally came in on some high tip, but your head was down like you was revising. Yeah.
And then, yeah, I've got this big gap here where I've got to fill it in red where, you know, Rivers rudely interrupted.
Sorry, so I had to get inside the house. I couldn't sleep on the street no longer. You know?
I mean, shit. You could have just sat there with him, you know, just patiently waited.
He's tied up. he's not patient.
He could have let you in.
There's nothing patient about that.
I should have let you in. Reverse, the setup was dope as well. He had a bar. It was a reverse versus versatility. Nas only came here to put a bullet in reverse. Nice. Crazy explosive punches. Yeah, high energy, especially after the last battle. It was a nice refreshing change. Reverse comes out. He's a little unsure at first. He's got a couple stumbles, but then by the time I've come back to it, I've just written snapping. Director's cut, put you on extended clips. I can't. Yeah, he had a whole like film script production scheme, and was snapping with it, like aggressive. Yeah, you probably didn't catch that because you would have been like sitting down, whatever. And that was when I was head down, just making notes. I think I'm at a shop or something. Yeah. And then, yeah, so yeah, we saw Saw the second where Caddy calls him the white version of Big K.
Yeah, that's what I'm in.
Yeah, he's got that whole sort of rap rock scheme. I thought that was dope.
Oh, the you go on rap rock like Lucifer in reverse, like Lucifer or something. I don't know how he put it together.
Yeah, but then it was a Screaming Pumpkins. I think there was a whole scheme. Quite a few references in there. Yeah, Rage Against the Machine was in there. Like there was quite a few. Yeah. And it seemed like it was all it all worked. It wasn't just sort of scheming for the sake of it. It kind of fit. You know, he was talking. So yeah, I like that. Like that round. Reverse Live then comes back again, same sort of energy. This is where he talked about the flaming yon.
Oh, and what's our word of the day?
Deterialize. Flaming young. Yeah, so apparently so Callie is, I think he's a teacher, he works in a school, but he was calling out,
fire him, bro.
Yeah, he was he had a bar as well about something about when you try and read to the class, like the kid just comes up and snatches the book from you. Like it was a cool angle. Like first I was like, where are you going with this? He's talking about like a tweet he made or something. And then he spelled it out and then I'm like, oh shit, it wasn't filet mignon, it was
flame mignon.
Flaming yon. Yeah.
Flaming yon. Oh, that's even worse.
Flaming yon. Flaming young.
That's a sick name though.
Yeah.
Think about that as a battle rapper name.
Flaming young.
Hey, man, like
Flaming young versus.
That's a sick name.
Nigga, you's a bitch.
Yeah. Man, like Flaming young is a bitch for sure.
And then the deterialize thing. I think he was quoting a battle. Yeah, he must have said it in a battle. That was hilarious. And then he finished up with something like,
hoping that it would never deterialize.
No, yeah, if you're responsible for the youth, then our future's about to deterialize.
Bro, you see when he said that, it made sense to me.
Yeah.
Finally made sense. Like, bro, that is the only thing that's gonna happen if he's the fucking future of the youth. Man said deterialize.
Deterialize, that word is just never not gonna be funny.
Wow. Do you know what the funniest thing I've heard as well, yeah? To go a bit there. I was watching a podcast, I won't say which name it is, yeah. But I heard the guy, someone said, but you live that hood life and you're not in jail or dead. I think that was what they said. And he said, no, but you gotta understand, I am an abnormally. Man said, I'm an abnormally. I couldn't believe it, Jen. I died right there, went to heaven, came back. Like, man said, I'm an abnormally. Like, to me, that's up there with deterialize. That is definitely, you know what we have to start doing? We have to keep a track on all of these words that are absolutely, because we love wordplay. Well, this is what we're here for.
Abnormally.
So, abnormally. When we hear we hear the bastardization of the vocab, we need to know it in. So put that in the book, yeah.
Deterialize and abnormally.
And what's our flaming yon?
Flaming yon.
For fuck's sake, we gotta do better. We've got to do better.
Shout out to Caddy Smooth. He was came back in the third round. Talking about how Reverse has been, promoting drug use in his battles. You're a cokehead.
Yeah, it's true.
Then took it to the camera, said he does that third round thing that he's I've seen him do before. I'm not the biggest, I haven't seen that many Caddy Smooth battles, but I've seen him do this, I think, in every third round that I've seen him in, where he has a real speak, and he's got a slogan about it as well. I had a talking to the crowd moment about basically don't take drugs. And yeah, he was snapping, like he was rapping really nicely. He said a bar about you're worried about these judges, I'm worried about getting life from a real judge or something like that. It was fire. And then he had a bit of a fillerish end. He said you sound like sound more like the old Diz than Diz does. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah. It's from the era, isn't it, though?
Yeah.
So,
and then you had Reverse Live come out.
That third.
Yo.
That third was like, if you had, like, who did they give the battle to, vote-wise?
I think it went overwhelmingly, I think, to Reverse Live.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Even though it was close.
If it was unsure by that third round when Reverse rapped, it became very, very clear.
That I think that third was definitely clear. I think the first. Very well. Yeah, you didn't see the first. I think the first. Caddy Smooth's first definitely like
high energy.
Yeah, super high energy. Whereas it took for Reverse Live for the second part of the round to really settle in. There was some, I don't know, nerves or stumbles, or it just wasn't quite comfortable. He's certain that first wasn't anything like the smoothness and the the energy of the third. So I think definitely that first was quite clearly Caddy Smooth. I think the second fairly you could call it debatable, but I think Caddy Smooth definitely got that. But like I said, that scheming, that rock and rap scheme as well was dope. And he was saying some shit, but yeah, I don't think it was I think it was something like 70 something to 30, 28 to 72 or something.
Kind of
yeah,
more weighing towards.
Yeah,
Reverse.
Definitely.
Reverse is a vet. Caddy Smooth as well. They're both vets, but Reverse has been here through all the eras, really and truly, innit?
That.
He's a bit more seasoned in the thing.
That third from Reverse Live, where he's basically he calls out that battle where Caddy Smooth dresses, he's basically saying, you're a racist, which is a funny angle coming from a white guy, and you're thinking, all right, how are you gonna sell this? And then he talks about, you stood up there, squinty eyes, Chinaman hat, he's building, and then he says, the skin color of your opponents determines your politics, and it was like, all right, executed perfectly.
Just take me home.
Yeah, that's it. And then he says, I know I'm a guest in this house. He kind of builds that.
And then he says, what?
I earned my spot for all the time I slept on the couch. I wanted to throw my pen, but the lid is off and I've got white walls and it's a black pen. My nose is running and now you just got a phone call. It's all going wrong. Okay. Oh, you haven't answered it, of course, because you're a professional.
I'm a professional.
Man.
Yeah, no, I was impressed with that because obviously I didn't see the beginning of the battle, so I was kind of unsure going into the third. Who's still fighting at the last hurdle, and I just feel like that's what Reverse Life gave me in that third round. It gave me the feeling like, right, you're even at the last furlong, as they say, you're still giving it all the horsepower you can give in it. So
I'm trying to put my earphones in. I'm so used to coming back in.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah. No, that third was just powerful. And he had the perfect pacing, timing. It was just nice, and it was a very well done angle. Great battle. I'm looking forward to seeing what's coming up next. Let me address the comments. Sorry for ignoring them so far. Hold on, let me get to these. Sounding like filler. It's because he called R something that R said was Italian for the N word in their battle. Okay. What do you think guys think of the next West Coast battles, and what do you think about Jag being in the tourney? Okay, so the next West Coast battles are Jag Fate, the Saurus Active, Bobby Lee versus Mad Flex. I kind of like Jag being in this tournament.
It just shows it's just like another example of Jag being a competitor. You know what I mean? Arguably he doesn't have to try and get his hands dirty with certain battlers, stuff like that, but he chooses to. Arguably he could just handpick battles, but he's chosen to get into a tournament where he could end up against anybody. You know what I mean? So I feel like, you know, it just shows the ethic that he has. Everything he stands to lose, he will still do it. You know what I mean? And there's battlers that are still handpicking and I don't know. What does it do for me? Nah, man, he's like, well, throw me in.
Yeah. And I think
blood.
I think he could be really good in this sort of short, aggressive, you know, short, powerful rounds. He's aggressive. You know, he talks that shit.
That's it,
if there's not too much blood, like if it's not, you know, he doesn't overdo that, especially, okay, so he's up against Fate. Okay, so this is going to be, two of them are going to talk to each other, but you know, depending on the opponents that he gets down the line, those could be some interesting style clashes potentially. But yeah, I think it's dope that he's in the tournament. I think he brings, you know, a level of excitement and energy. He is great with a promotion. He's great at sort of, you know, building awareness of his battles, let's say, and hyping them. So I'll be interested to see what he does in that arena. Thesaurus versus Active. Boy, two of the West Coast, you know, greats, yeah, right. Going head to head.
It'll be interested. You know, like the thing about this battle for me is, as much as they're two different worlds in it, we know Active is, you know, Grape Street Crip, and Thesaurus is like the 2-time champion of everything or whatever. So this is two different worlds altogether colliding. But what we can add to it is that they're both active in the scene, so they probably have conversations between each other that they could have in the positions that they're in. Where Active could be like, "You think I remember Curse? Think I remember back in the day when you all let us in Curse?" I believe they could have that conversation. Active was there when Daylight battled the Saurus and had a similar conversation. So I can imagine Active's play on that could be exactly kind of mad still. Like, so
that's a great point. Crazy. There's a lot they could say to each other.
100%.
And last up, Bobby Lee versus Mad Flex. I'd forgotten who Bobby Lee was. Henny reminded me the other day, and then I'd forgotten again. No disrespect, Bobby Lee. I wasn't familiar. I think, that was it. What did he do in the tournament? He reminded me, and now forgotten. But yeah, Mad Flex. I'm a fan of Mad. Like, I like what he does. He's, you know, nice pen. I think he's got a great delivery.
I think he's got a certain charisma to his performance.
Yeah, definitely.
He's
tips. Thanks.
Yeah, he's got a charisma to his performance that it just enhances what he's doing still.
Yeah.
He's very, very at ease on the stage. I think I've seen him live as well a couple times.
Yeah.
He's come over here or whatever, and I've seen him live, but yeah, he's good. And he's one of them people like, there's certain battlers where I don't want to like them, and usually what happens is they go so hard and do so much that in the end I have to give respect where it's due, and I'll say certain names like A Ward and Loso and Mike P, you understand, and pretty much he's one of them. He's one of them people where he does so much that you just have to respect what he's willing to put in. He's up there doing his thing, and you have to respect it. You know what I mean? Mad Flex, I put him in that kind of bracket where it's like, it'll be easy to be like, fuck Mad Flex, man. But to actually see what he's put together and crafted, and his delivery of what he's crafted, you have to be like, no, this guy's actually sick. You understand?
Yeah.
And that's what it is for me with a lot of them type of artists still.
Thanks. Justin says, Caddy Smooth was a consistent 6 to 7 tops. Reverse started at a 5 but ended at an 8. Oh, you grade harsh. So I edged him every round. He was generally a cut above. Something about Caddy doesn't work for me. That's a fair assessment. Yeah.
You see exactly what he said. Something about Caddy don't work. I feel the same. I think he's got, and this isn't even no slight here, but he's got that kind of LSD not knowing who he is feel.
Ooh.
That's what he's got for me. You see LSD, he knows who he is now. This is a whole different guy, innit? But I'm saying he reminds me of LSD when it's like, oh, shall I try this image? Shall I be that guy? Shall I try this?
I guess, yeah, because where he does the sort of preach to the youth, community, I'm here for my community, I support and uplift.
And then he's shooting you
also, up. Yeah, and also kind of saying this is where I come from, Compton, and real shit. There's you can make that work. Like you genuinely so look at that was the example I was gonna give. And roast. That's it, yeah. That's like that he does it so well. And there are other examples as well. So it's not as though he can't find comfort in that lane.
Not tying it together.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's his image, because his image seems more like hippie stoner to me, like lazy, laid back kind of. His image comes across that way. I don't know.
Yeah, and Caddy Smooth as well with the name.
Yeah, you expect kind of thing. You're smoking that Caddy Smooth.
You're a stoner. You're a Cali stoner, and you kind of look like a bit like a surfer dude bum.
Pretty much, well,
yeah. So, yeah, maybe. But I think in other battles I've seen him look slightly different as well, or maybe get the mix a little better.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a really good one. I don't know why we didn't get the second battle on the card, but yeah, we got the that Jag Fate, the Saurus Active, Bobby Lee, Mad Flex coming up next week on King of the Dot on Twitch. That's the perfect rhyme. Guest in the house, slept on the couch.
Yeah.
Perfect rhyme. The setup was beautiful. Great angle as well. Like it was lovely. The way he delivered it. Salute to Respect the Culture. Mummy throwing off. Who's that? That is Rivers. Salute to you. This is one of our battle rappers over here. Rivers. You can check him out, putting in work over at Premier Battles.
Battle coming soon, man. Battle coming soon.
We just talked about it. Era versus Era. This crazy card. Watch this space. Who is LSD? Yeah, LSD. Who would have thunk? There were spots in the battle where Caddy sounded like he was imitating Rum Nitty. Do you mean like perhaps with the flow switch? Yeah, there was a bit where
he actually stopped and said, "Yo, what's that? A flow switch?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he wasn't really saying much. It sounded like he thought, I'm gonna have this really nice rhythmic bit where it sounds nice.
Like somebody will rap like the contribution, the complication, and then they get to the piece like, because I'm ground ball with a round hole and a down hole and a round hole. It's like, it's if you ain't saying anything, there's no point in doing it.
You're just being it's kind of just performance for the sake of it. But you're not really saying much. But yeah, I mean, I guess these are, he'll look at the things like that, and or they can take criticism and feedback from these battles into their next round, which I think is not going to be for another 8 weeks at least. Okay,
that's ample time.
Yeah. So it's not as though they've got 2 weeks to write, like some of the other tournaments, or because each division has got 2 weeks, and then you've got another 6 divisions. It's gonna rotating. Before it comes back. So I think it's like 48 battlers or something. 6 from each. No, 8. Hold on, 6 battles, 12 times 4. 48 battlers, 12 from each division.
Wow.
This is a huge tournament. I really like. So like Briggsy said earlier, talking about the tournament setting is great. Having, people, everyone can get a chance. This is not a tournament, it's a season. But yeah.
It's even more wider open for people to get a chance than the tournament.
Exactly, because it's not you lose and you're out, and it's 48 people on a regular basis. We as the culture supporters, we get regular, consistent battles. I think with this selection, we've had the first 12 names so far. That's a very diverse bunch of battlers. And that's all from one region. You know, he's still got the other regions to go. There are some names which have been speculated, and names which, you know, you automatically kind of associate with King of the Dot already. I'm sure we'll get some of those names on there. There's some names that we didn't get necessarily from, what do we think about Diz not being on there? Did you expect Diz to be on there?
Do you know what? I feel like there's a tier of battlers where it's almost like a tournament doesn't really help you, to be honest. I feel like someone like this needs to be accessible and ready for whatever crazy ass opportunity pops up for him. You know what I mean? He can't be locked into no tournament, literally. Unless he's going to take it super... Like, the only way this can be in a tournament is this, like, he's gone off the radar and we ain't seen him for ages. He ain't been on no cameras or nothing, and he's trying to make a comeback and he's starting with this tournament. Understand? But we both know.
So like Grand Prix.
Yeah, something like that. And then after that, it is what it is. But he's Disaster's a legend. Like, so there's nothing more he has to prove at this point. It's just based on him keeping his sword sharp and battling if he wants to battle. If there's, you know, a benefit behind it for him to even do that. Yeah,
because even though at the moment it would be once every sort of 8 weeks or 2 months, whatever, it will be more frequent, and it's still a long time to commit. So even if your writing process doesn't, you know, you've got to be in that frame of mind. You've got to have set aside this time potentially. There's a lot to consider. If it's only 2 battles a week, it will take a long time. It's supposed to be, I think, 3 battles. It was supposed to be 3 battles this week. I don't know. I didn't catch if they said why we didn't get Saint versus Nanfiero. I was really looking forward to that. I haven't seen anything of Nanfiero before. I checked out. I didn't realize he was called previously. What did I say? SN, I think, but I'd seen he got some music with Ilmac on Ilmac's channel, and I kind of was really fucking with one of his projects. He could, it sounded like he could rap nicely at least, and potentially say some stuff that I'd like to hear. So he had a nice feel to him. He really had a nice vibe, and he sat on the beat really nicely. So I was thinking, okay, I'm looking forward to seeing how you translate into battle. That was it. And against Saint, you know, energetic, you know, performative, you know, proper, you know, puncher. So nice pen. I don't know why we didn't get that. I don't know if they'll reschedule that to next week. Also, interestingly, it says Bobby Lee versus Madflex is at a later date. So I think
what does that mean though? Like,
I don't know. I think that means we should have got that battle on that date, but for whatever reason, maybe there was a very firm commitment that one of them has on that date, which means they can't do it then. They will film it and then broadcast it later or something. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Netflix is like a fan favorite over there, so I think a lot of people kind of be you know, a bit ticked off that he's not going to be down, but you know, family first, life first, isn't it?
And who knows? We have to see. The boxing score system they're using is worrying. It's going to be a mess at the end. I
was thinking that.
I'm not quite sure how it plays out, and even with the judging, there was a round in the judging. I can't remember whose judging it was and what the round or even the battle was. But it was really like, I think it was a 10-7 round, and there was no choke or stumble. Like, and it was, for me, it seemed, well, actually, all of this shit is opinionated. So you might have thought it was a 10-7 round, even though, you might have thought it was really bad. But also the judges are going to be judged. But it will be interesting to see how the actual points, is it sort of 3 points for a win, 1 point for a loss? I don't know how the point system works. So all of it, I'll be interested to see.
I'm just, you know, like my mind is doing some like fucking neo mathematics right now, where it's like, hold on, so you get 3 for win.
I'm making that up. I'm riffing. Like, this is what I'm saying. I don't know. I think Organic did a very good, fairly thorough but quite simple explanation that I really can't remember, because it is a lot to remember, and I don't know even that he broke down necessarily the point system, more talked about how But I think it's one of those things that as it plays out, we'll understand it more. You know, once the game starts going, the rules will make a lot more sense once we see it in action. But yeah, we have to see. SM's track, it was Ill. I'm not sure which one it is, but I definitely heard one that was on Illmac's channel, and I really liked it. You like Bobby Lee from Chicago. Yeah, I can't remember. Henny said something about him that made me remember his battle, and I thought was kind of dope. I'm not familiar, so I'll definitely have to get familiar with him. I'll see what he's like in this one. Callie's round 3 got a 7. What did you give? What did you give Reverse Lives round 3? Or you said you got him to an 8, didn't you, in the end? So I think you said you got him to an 8. But yeah, we'll see how it plays out. The season's gonna be tough. I'd be interested as well. That season's gonna be tough. Which season? Yeah, I'm interested to see the names coming up. His Riot battles. Yeah, it was some. Oh, was it Riot? That was it. It was Riot, not Grand Prix. It was a Riot battle. That was it. So yeah, all of the leagues are, you know, active, putting in work. Regular battles over there in the States as well. Coming from URL, King of the Dot is going to be here every Saturday. URL are out every couple of weeks. The UK right now, we talked about, like I said, we talked about Anarchy last night. We talked about Era versus Era. Undisclosed should have been going down next weekend. At the moment, we've got these ridiculous restrictions. No one quite knows what to do. Everything's up in the air and being cancelled. So I'm not quite sure what's happening with that amazing card. Like, it's another dope card. Also got Undisclosed 3, which is Premier Battles teaming up with Rapids Full. Everyone's kind of like, there are a few names not really outside. Maybe they'll be drawn out. Maybe there are some more announcements to come. Also, you've got Chalked Out, and I think Don't Flop with Neil coming out. Chalked Out, excuse me. I'm a fuck up a name.
Chalked Out.
Code Red.
Code Red. There you go.
Code Red. This
Salute to Danny.
Salute to Danny, for real. I'm supposed to be doing something with Danny from Code Red this week to talk about Neil. I'm sure there'll be some announcements coming up for that soon. I think that's going down. I don't know if anything's been announced, actually, so I'm not talking about that. Everyone's outside. Everyone is outside. Justin says the system sounds good on paper, but it's overcomplicated in practice. Using boxing scores could mean one of course 6 rounds could get the same score as Lodix Lux's third against Calico. I mean, that's a great point. You do make a great point, but I guess you've got to do some sort of system.
I don't think there's anything in battle rap that is ever substantially going to be fair
or foolproof.
Because how do you quantify?
Yeah.
How do you quantify that this piece of original literature outweighs this piece of original literature?
Yeah.
Like, I think battle rap is more graded on what you did wrong rather than what you did right. You know what I mean? Okay, both of you did your best, but who fucked up where? You understand? Who had the most unclean performance? Yeah. That's kind of how we're grading it rather than the other way around. Oh yeah, I thought his flow was good. And no, they was both sick, but who wasn't as sick? Okay,
so I think Justin is kind of making a similar point. So I guess in boxing as well, you detract. You start at 10 and go down. Yeah. Normally, there's sort of 2 or 3 points in it at best. Okay. Whereas Justin is saying, I'd rather see Olympic scoring 1 to 10, which is kind of similar to what you're saying. You're saying right now, we're taking away. We're looking at the things that they did bad and taking away rather than adding points for all the things that they, did. Looking at maybe in, an upside down way. Yeah, just shouldn't be quantified. Just a straightforward judgment. That's a good point. I guess we'll see how it plays out. And yeah, we expect a certain level. Yeah, that is very true. We do expect a certain level.
As a battler, yeah, there's been maybe 1 or 2 times where I've come off and not known what the result of the battle was that I've just had, whether I've won or lost. Like, there's maybe been 1 time where I've come off and not been sure. Did I win? I think I lost. That was when I battled dialects. I think I lost that one there. And it's like, more time you come off the stage and you know, yeah, I got that. And sometimes you will know in your heart, yeah, I got that. And your opponent will come up to you and say, yeah, bro, I think you got it. And you're like, yeah, I know, I got that. But the judgment changes, it makes it unsure. Once there's a judge involved, you can spit your little heart out. And then after the battle, you're still walking around like, boy, I don't know, you know. Ooh, I don't know. Because Mork would have been within his rights to feel like, yeah, I got this after the Georgie battle in a certain place.
Yeah.
But because there's the judgment now, it changes it. Oh, I don't know. Like, he could have walked off that stage. Yeah, man, I had my moments. I did my thing, man. I got him. My people will say I won. I won. Cool. But the judgment coming into it changes the whole thing. Where it's like, you know, like, you're not as confident no more because it's in someone else's hands. You did all your part, but
because it's kind of definitive when there's a judgment. There is going to be, whether you agree with it or not, whether the crowd agrees with it or not, there is going to be a definitive judgment, and that has to be made there in the building on the spot. It's not, you know, normally every battle is kind of judged to an extent by the supporters, by you know, forums, by
the viewers,
by bloggers, you know, everyone, that's what we watch battles for, to pick a winner. So, but it's a very subjective thing, and it's generally something that you get to, you know, do afterwards. You get to replay battles, you get to watch them, you know, back, and that judging thing is so final. So you can be very confident that maybe when on playback, of course they're going to catch that scheme, of course they're going to catch, you know, the intricacy, of course they're going to, you know, but you in the building, you know, it's not so certain. It's not so certain.
Do you think this could work, Jem? Hypothetically speaking, yeah? Imagine like you got a battle that's about to happen here between our good friend Billy Blue Hat and his op Roger Red Hat, yeah?
My guy.
And we got judges, innit? But before the battle has even been booked, or as the battle booked, the 4 judges come out and say, this is what we're looking for in the battle. Yeah, they put that out there. If you're trying to impress us, this is what you're gonna need to do. You understand? You know, like in gymnastics, where it's like, you know, you have to do a triple toe point 12 to get the 9 point whatever.
Okay, yeah. There's a certain thing. There's a certain you have to do this move or that move and the other move. Like, there are different moves that you can do within that category, but you have to.
Points, but if you want the main points, this is what we're looking for.
Yeah.
So I feel like that could be a little system that could work. But then I think my writing perspective makes me think, rah, I'm not free to come up with something crazy no more. Yeah. Because I feel like there's sometimes a judge don't even know what they would judge as crazy until they hear it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like they can't even explain it. Yo, he had the octopus with the 8 and the tentacles and he wouldn't even know how to explain it, but because it's blown his mind, it's easy to judge that it's that crazy, isn't it?
That's it. But you can't sort of predict that. And I think some battlers are so sort of unorthodox. What they do is so unorthodox that it wouldn't necessarily, especially if you're judging. It's one thing if you, as a judge, come out and say, this is what I look for in a battle when I'm judging. This is my assessment criteria. This is what I rate. This is what I want to see. It's one thing doing that, but then it's kind of different using that sort of same gymnastics system and saying you'll get X point, you know, you have to cover these bases and, you know, you'll get gauged on complexity within those bases. Someone who's unorthodox might not fit any of those bases.
They've made their name on being unorthodox.
That's it. And then manage to do, you know, some crazy things and do them so well that, you know, they'd get a really low score based on the criteria. But they, you know, that's it.
Or even like, you could think of it the other way around, where the judges come out and instead of them telling you what they want to hear, they tell you what they don't want to hear. So now I can't tell you what to write to make me feel crazy, but I can tell you what type of shit I don't like.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So if I make that like boom, certain filler, if I hear a lot of filler, I'm gonna be marking that down. If I hear like unneeded disrespect for dead family members, I'm marking that down. If I hear some bars that I've heard before, that's getting marked down. You understand? If I hear like basic bars, I'm marking that down. You understand? If it's a thing where this is out first, then the battler gets to be like, all right, cool. This is a standard that I have to be above to even be involved in this, innit? So even though I can be creative and say anything, I just can't fall below this standard here, innit?
Yeah.
Like it may keep the level up or whatever and make it easier for the judges when they're judging, because it's like now you really get to choose who was better without having to look at who didn't. You know, it is about him. He does this and he does that. And he had a lot of filler in it. It's like if none of them have got these problems and you don't have to judge on what they haven't got, you can kind of start to judge on who had the science down and who did it better, basically, isn't it?
I like that to an extent. Part of me thinks a lot of those things are kind of should be common sense, is about like you shouldn't be coming into a tournament thinking, unless it's like maybe a rookie tournament, that would be a great place to sort of maybe set some parameters, or some basic sort of criteria on which you will be judged. You will be judged on, you know, fluidity. How fluid are you? How clean are you? You will be judged on, you know, on tired angles, or on, you know, not rhyming. Let's say if your shit doesn't rhyme, like, you know, make sure your shit rhymes. This is battle rap. We rap here, shit rhymes, or at least there are very few instances where you can get away with not rhyming and it working.
It's funny.
Ad libs, certain things. You know, there are some basic standards, but I think one of the things about tournaments, first of all, on a practical logistic level, it's hard to get judges. It's hard to get, like, you have to be sort of like URL to be able to secure your 4 judges for, you know, your whole tournament. And even then they've only managed to do that once. Like they've flipped every, I think did they manage to do it the first time, and then the second time they lost Iron Solomon? Did someone else go halfway through? So it's hard to get for, especially something like this season thing, it's hard to get the same judges. Well, if they've done it, I think they've done it because they're going to be graded. But I think that's one thing. But also something about the tournament is that unexpected thing. You don't necessarily know who the judges are and what, and that's another thing. I'm so clear, aren't I, and cohesive with my thoughts. Another thing is that different judges grade things differently. So although we might have our separate set of our criteria, what's fire to me within that criteria isn't necessarily fire to you.
You might have a battler with like 4 pages with 4 different groups of things that they don't want to see. Like he said he don't want to see filler, but he don't mind filler. And he don't want to see multis, but he likes multis. Like, what the So I can imagine that it just becomes.
And then again, I think it's pressure enough kind of writing in tournament settings. So you're being judged. You've got short rounds with hard cutoffs. Often you get very short prep time, or not maybe the prep time that you're used to, and it's consistent. If you know, the better you do, the more focus you have to put in because you're still here, and now you've got to come up with fresh material. You might be battling people who you would never agree to a battle. You don't know who you're going to get drawn against, and it could be the most difficult opponent for you to write for, or someone who you just are so unmotivated for, or someone who you just is not a style that you would want to battle against, and you have to, it's got to be done. So I think there are enough sort of pressures in terms of, if I was a battler coming to write, enough things that I have to think about without then also having to kind of take in those criteria. I think it might stifle the creative process a little bit.
In the first season of Premier Battles, the first season, they had like a judgment system which was similar, where it was like this kind of table with different kind of brackets for different kind of abilities. And within each ability, you'd have to mark it for each round. And what did he get for this round? And what did he get for that? And it got to a point where it's like, how do you judge a battle that you can't watch?
That's it's very difficult when you're having to take.
I'm watching you, but oh shit, he said a multi. Let me take that off. And it's like I can't do that. I need to watch it, drink it in, and then afterward, there's a feeling of I feel like my man took it. So there's just that feeling in it. It's hard to explain it, but it's not to me, it's not like any kind of digits or numbers or decimals or anything that kind of describe it. Like it's more of a feeling, other than anything else.
Yeah, definitely. And that's it as well. If you've got those very set, defined criteria that you're trying to listen, you're trying to watch, you're trying to follow and process. Hopefully, they're saying shit that you actually have to process. You don't necessarily just catch it, and then you're also thinking, shit, what's the number for performance? What's the number for delivery? What's the number for bars? Like it's a lot to, and then you just start doing stuff. You start just writing stuff. I would imagine. I've not had to do that, but I like this idea. Justin says, I think King of the Dot has done more than 5 judges before, which I support. 6 judges plus the fans. Greater sense of consensus and reduces the influence of someone questionable, like a freeway.
Can it just be a draw? Can you make it be a tie? I like both these niggas.
Again, I like that idea. Greater consensus, especially in something so opinionated. But again, logistically, it can be hard enough just to get 4 judges. So to consider, it would be, especially in a tournament, you can't have 6 judges for one and then 4 judges for another, and then you can't also have. You don't want to have 4 good judges and then just 2 randoms just to make up the numbers, because then you're really throwing it out of whack. You're really fucking it up. You're going the other way with it. League shouldn't have judges. The league should have the judges up front at the start. It feels like we get surprised every time by who's judging.
That's a good point.
I agree with that, but I think sometimes the danger in that might be there's so much backlash against the potential judge, and sometimes unwarranted. Sometimes it's because maybe a judge might not be known. I don't often look at too much of the chat. Oh, it was because it was in our judging. That's why I was looking at the chat. Winged Truth, who I think has been battle media for years. She also is very involved with RBE in terms of putting on events. I think booking battles, scouting new talent. She's someone who's very entrenched in the culture, and there were lots of who the fuck is she? Who's this random, like just sort of like a barrage. Like an absolute sort of barrage of it. And, you might disagree with what she's saying or what, but there was so much, who is this? Why is she here? Who are these judges? Like instantly that, maybe that's it. Maybe it's also organization. I don't know. Something which I do think is a good idea, potentially, and especially in a setting like this, it could be done. I don't know how it could be done. You'd have to do sort of 2 days. So you'd have a Saturday and Sunday, and you'd run the battles on the Saturday, and then you do the decisions on the Sunday, so that you give. Well, I'm in 2 minds about that. I kind of like that idea because it gives the judges time to sit and watch back the battles and take it in, and you really get a more in-depth and informed opinion as to who more accurately won. But the other part of me likes the fact that you have to win there and there. You have to impress the judges in that moment. They have to catch it all. So you have to have, there has to be a level. You can't just, we're writing for a tournament. It's a style. It's a technique to be able to win at tournament battles, as opposed to a normal battle, which is, you know, decided after. You don't necessarily have to win in the building, whatever. So yeah, I think that it's all opinions, isn't it? And it's all so opinionated. Everyone's got an idea of what could work, and I don't think there's ever going to be a definitive. The judges got it too tough. It's true, judges do have it tough, but I think it's one of those things, isn't it? You want it to be tough for the judges. You don't want it to be easy. It's only hard cutoffs because Georgie made it hard. Rum did get cut off almost every round. Yeah, well, there's always going to be talk about that. I didn't see the timings on those. That's the value of giving them proper introductions. So it's not event day and everyone is saying, who's this? Yeah, I agree with that too. But I'm saying if it's somebody who might do a great job in judging, but perhaps isn't necessarily a liked person, especially if you've got a brand, it can put you off. Like you might be thinking, it's like I can go and do my shit there, like I can go and judge and people can say what they want, but having all this hate before I've even given myself a chance to do the judging. Like, so say Winged there, I just don't want to use her as an example, but like people, especially as, you know, I don't know her, okay, go and watch her stuff. They go and watch one thing from her where they say something that she didn't like or they completely disagree with, or she's had a couple of drinks, or it's that time where she gets the opinion, you know, completely wrong. She gives a bad opinion, which she later comes on in the next show and says that was a trash opinion, can't believe I said that, watched it again, saw it completely, you know, and based on that one thing they've gone and hate piled, and then people are saying, why did you say that? And then they put the link in the video, here's why I said it. Everyone then goes and watches that one link and is like, I can't believe this is the judge. Like, giving extreme examples perhaps, but
that's the time that we live in, though.
Yeah, like it's very easy, and people don't often do their own. If enough people say it, it must be the case. So enough people have watched that one video where that judge gave a really bad opinion, and enough people are saying, I don't even know who she is. Like, it, as if you're that judge, you might just be like, you know what, this shit hasn't even started, and I can't even explain to these people why I'm qualified to judge this shit. I'm not even about to give my opinion on a battle. Like, they're tearing me up, you know, before I've even said anything. I like, this might affect, you know, my numbers, my brand, I'm not having a whole sort of, you know, section of the culture shitting on me.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, judges is it's always going to be difficult. How you score.
I've never seen an event where there was judges where there wasn't a battle where there was outrage for the result. Like, there's no such thing. There's always going to be some type of uproar, some type of outrage for the result when there's judges involved. Because battles sometimes they're very close. Whoever you choose, somebody's pissed off. I think there was a comment earlier that said, if Georgie went through, people would have been pissed on my man's side and innit? So which is true, innit? Same like me and Raptor, me and Unanimous.
Yeah. Even you and Matter.
Me and Matter as well. Either which way, there's gonna be a backlash on one side.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And you know, it is, it's all opinion based. And I think people like different things.
This is it. I don't judge things the same way that Jen does. But I can't be mad at her for choosing something. That's like saying, how dare you have that opinion?
Yeah. How dare you prefer broccoli over cauliflower? I like cauliflower. It's better than broccoli. You're mad.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
It's a fact that I like this over this. Yeah, okay, I know. It's a fact that I don't.
King of the Dark Judges seems you suck on slip stumbles. If one battler has a clearly superior round with a minor slip against a weaker round, it should be judged accordingly, but auto deductions is whack. I think there has to be a mechanism in there where you can deduct for a slip. I think slips, especially if battler A has clean round, battler B has sloppy round, battler B says amazing shit, Battler B says okay shit. Whichever one I said had okay.
You know what? I feel like I was with you, and then it sounded like all of a sudden the good guy said amazing shit, and the sloppy guy said some bullshit.
There we go. So what happened is the guy who had a couple of stumbles said some really good shit.
Yeah.
The guy who was clean throughout was okay.
Yeah.
The guy who had the couple of stumbles and said amazing shit.
Moment.
He won. He won.
Yeah.
Like a couple of stumbles is not enough for me, I think, in my opinion.
Have to always distinguish between some stumbles and a choke.
Yeah.
Now let's talk. I'm saying that the reason why we're so hard on stumbles because we want to keep the standard of this thing as high as possible. Like when we listen to a track, we don't hear man stumbling in the track unless it's part of the track. You know, these weird ass whatever. But and if it's not that, we want to hear it clean, thorough through. That's the feel that we're trying to get. But sometimes the fans have to understand that we don't get the environment to be clean and thorough all the way through when the fans are reacting to what we're saying. So sometimes the stumble comes from learning something to a certain momentum, and then as you're rapping, you get stopped, and you have to come back to not the place where you learn from, somewhere else. Then you come back from there, and it's like learning to build your momentum from that thing is different than learning how to build your momentum from the beginning and go all the way through. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's other things. This is where stumbles come from. Chokes is like prepping. You didn't prep well. But Shotty told me something. He said, bro, I've had battles where I've had my shit for months and I've gone there and choked. Then I've had battles where I wrote my shit that morning and got it all off. Yeah. So for me, I think it's partly prepping, but the main thing I think that makes you choke is how much you love your material. You see, if you've got any bar in there that makes you even slightly think, I don't know, you know, it's not going to work for you, bro. It's not going to work for you. You're not going to put much emphasis into it in your prepping. Then you're going to go out there, and then when you're really trying to put everything into it, it's not going to come to you.
Because it doesn't mean anything to you.
You never made the imprint. Your mind forgot about that. It doesn't care about that. Your mind don't want to remember something. Like, I'm remembering that for. That's ugly. Yeah. So I feel like as long as you love your shit, you'll get through it still. You can tell the man that love their material. Yeah. Understand? And they don't have no mess ups or any of that.
And I would think also there's a big difference between having a stumble here or two in a round where you trip over a word, or like you say, Rivers, maybe there's some crowd reaction and it takes you a second to bring it back to, you know, the bar you were on. Yeah. And then having a lack of fluidity, like constantly stumbling and tripping throughout your round. That's very different. There might not be a choke there, and it may only be one or two words every time. It might be minor every time, but it's every time, it's consistent. That means, you know, you lose momentum.
You lose power for each line.
That's it. Where, you know, your punches aren't hitting as hard because you tripping on the setup, or maybe even tripping on the punch. You pulling back a punch that you tripped up on, you know, is never. The punch never hits as well. And even if you know, trip on the setup, often it really takes some of the sting because you've lost that momentum.
Yeah, it's gone now.
We were building, and now you've kind of, it's like, and then the more you do that in a round, the less we want to even hear the punch because it's just like, you know, you're all over the place. So yeah, definitely. I think they have to be looked at in context. It's something that, and if you're grading, you know, on a score system, there has to be a mechanism so that one stumble or two stumbles in an amazing round is not going to lose you a round where your opponent was clean but not good. That shouldn't happen at all.
I've seen battles like that where, because like, all right, cool, we could say that about Bobby and Georgie. Yeah. Bobby had a few little discrepancies very early in his round, but just kept it going. And a lot of people say, yeah, but, you know, even though Bobby had them discrepancies, you know, his round was much more, I felt it more. So again, it comes down to that thing where it's like, if your dad is getting onto you saying, to telling you to clean up the garage.
Mm.
Go and clean up the garage. And the problem, and somewhere in him telling to do that, he stumbles over a few words. His message still remains. You understand? You still got to go clean that garage up.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
You might even say, you couldn't say, "Wow, Dad, I ain't cleaning the garage up." You stumbled when you were saying, "Get the broom." You said, "Go get the mop." No, sorry, the broom. Go get the broom, man. Like, you stumbled.
No. You said mop first, then you said broom.
No, sorry.
Neutralized it.
No,
yeah.
sorry. I win this argument because you stumbled, Dad.
Getting beat with a broom and a mop.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get battered now.
Let me clear this up. Respect the culture says nobody cares about someone's brand. We better judge right. I'm probably speaking more from perhaps the media perspective. I'm thinking a lot of judges. So judges, you tend to get media, you get battlers, and then you get like industry.
Yeah.
Or if it's not a like rap industry, but like it's a battle. Yeah, exactly. I think for a battler, that's not necessarily an issue. Your brand, you might be quite used to people attacking your name whenever your name is brought up in anything, battle, judging, whatever.
Yeah.
So, and you know, you've probably got defenses for that. Whereas if you're industry or perhaps media, they can be potential factors. In the media, you don't, if there's a whole group of people who don't fuck with you and aren't really vocal about you because they don't know you, or, you know, aren't going to take the chance to get to know you because that first impression, they just want to shit on you, because we do want to shit on judges. Like, you want to critique the judges. Not so you want to shit on judges. Of course, you want shit judges, but as soon as
your fan, your loyalties to your superhero battlers,
and
that you've been following.
That's the thing as well. You know, we want good judge decisions. So as soon as we see a name that we don't know, we automatically think you don't have credibility because we don't know you.
Unless you vote for our favorite guy, then all of a sudden, because remember, for every person that's bitching about the judge not having credibility, there's another person that thinks the same but ain't saying nothing because that person's credibility went up today. She voted for my guy.
Exactly.
You understand? So it's like there's always going to be one person.
Yeah.
For the other person that's happy, there's another person that's not.
So I'm not saying that when you're judging, you should be thinking about your brand. I was just saying in terms of early announcements, judging the announcing who the judges are early. Maybe that was something that is taken into consideration. Maybe
so
also it's last minute.
Judges. Yeah. I think that's cool. That's cool.
Sometimes as well, maybe depending on the size of the tournament and the structure. I think with this one, season 1, they've definitely had to have the judges committed for a long time. And that's also something else you have to factor in. Something like this. If you are trying to judge the judges, you're having it even, you want the same judges from each region every single time. You need judges that you can rely on. So it might not consistency. Yeah, you need to know, okay, this is someone who is going to be here week in, week out when I need them. So there's a lot to take into account when it comes to things like that. If a slip or stumble really detracts from a round, we all know it.
You can feel it.
What I take issue with is this mentality that any slip or stumble is an automatic loss of points in their boxing score system. Yeah, and even that is subjective. Like, so is it literally, if I don't robotically recite my material, or if I'm just not magically flawless, some of, you know, if any little slip up or stumble or hesitation is going to deduct points, I think, you know, when that factors in, you know, when you have the most amazing 2 close performances and you're splitting hairs, like maybe then, I think even then, maybe your preference more comes in, or what style you like better, or maybe the bars which maybe hit a little harder for you or touched you, or I don't know.
For the most part,
when they're so subtle,
it's like the judgment thing, you know, like the kind of meticulous nature of it, like, oh yeah, that bit, and you need that. More time you watch a battle, as I said before, you can feel who won afterward. That judgment should only come in them battles where it's gonna have to come down to the judges. You know, like, we don't know which way it went. Now we're gonna have to really go in on these type of things. But for the most part, we know who won. Out of Reverse Life and what's his face, Cali Smooth. we wouldn't really have needed judges.
Yeah.
After that battle, there's a feeling
Yeah.
of he took it home.
Mm.
Understand?
Mm.
It's not a surprise that everybody felt the same way.
Yeah.
Because we all felt the same way. It's just a thing where it's a very close battle. Rum Nitty and Geechee Gotti in the final. We need some stats to be able to break this shit down. It's too close.
Yeah.
He did his job. He did his job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to get to the point where we're saying who was more clean. Because we don't know how to judge it. So I feel like those are the moments, them debatables or whatever, cool in it. But for the most part, if we overwhelmingly have that same feeling after the battle, I don't think we need to go into the detailed reason why this guy lost, because you can tell, you know.
That's a great comment. It's like a hall monitor mentality instead of quality judgment. Facts, yeah. That's and also I was thinking as well, in a battle like that where everyone can kind of feel it. Your judging is quite, even though it was pretty close, and you know some of the rounds might be a little debate. You can feel it.
Yeah.
You're not under pressure. You know, you can say your opinion, whatever. But if you're then under pressure to sort of literally put that into a point system, you might realize and come out at the end of it, shit, I've given Caddy Smooth more points, than like it hasn't translated on the point system because I've just been obsessed with, not upset, but you know, I've been absent-mindedly ticking on that, whatever.
I'm just basically marking him off for what brackets he's
type thing.
Yeah,
I don't know
okay,
if that's going to work on the King. I don't know how their system necessarily, but you know, I'm just saying when you're sort of forced with so many, you know, battles which seem quite clear, it might become a lot more close on paper because of how you've had to judge it. But yeah, I think the judges and how we judge and the systems that we use and the judges that we pick is always an interesting debate. What do you think about what do you think? Okay, say 5 judges with options being a fan vote, a battler, a media.
Ask the audience 50-50.
What did I say? So fan vote, battler, media, industry, rapper, let's say, and then any other category. And you can have any of number of those. So you could have 5 fan votes, you could have 5 battlers, and then any in between, whatever. What would you think the ideal makeup would be of the judging panel? Yeah.
Now I think one of the judges should be like a talent scout. So the type of person that goes out and just all they fucking do is go out and work. So for example, a nigga like Norbs or something. You know, like a politics less Norbs.
Yeah, or let me give you another example here, which is completely politics free and is actually a judge regularly and actually fits other brackets there as well. Lex Luthor. Yeah. He is a scout, he is a league owner, he is a battler.
Cool. Like when he's given his judgment, he's still trying to raise you as the artist within that. So you need to do this more, man, and work on that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I believe when he's watching you, he understands what you're putting in and what you're not putting in.
Holding up the 5 here, like I can't put them down. Sorry.
Riding that 5. But yeah, so I just believe one of them should definitely be someone who's like a talent scout, who's actively looking for new talent. You understand? Because you judge talent all day.
Yeah. Yeah, and you also not only do you judge talent all day, you're supposed to be able to sort of quickly look at one battle, one performance, and see, you know, and take from it. Yeah, that's it. So
Norbs used to always say some shit where it's like, it only take me like one battle to see if you got it.
You mentioned his name too many times. I'm sorry. We have to just.
Okay, we'll move.
Stay word, man. Stay word.
Word.
Like at least call him wanker or something. Like,
shit.
Yeah, sorry.
Alright,
we'll
move swiftly on.
A scout. Yeah.
But yeah, someone who's a scout, someone who understands how good they want a battler to be in it. So when you watch them in a battle, you kind of know what you're looking for. How you kind of know the feel that you're kind of trying to get from them in the moments. So I believe The talent scout should be one of them.
Mm.
I think now we're getting to a point where we're gonna have retired battlers. You know, like how when you go on BBC Match of the Day, you see I used to watch it when I was
pundits,
young. You see Ian Wright up there, like Roy Keane. It's like Vieira, and like I used to watch these man, and now they're the guys that are showing their opinion on what's going wrong, what's going right. So I think there should be maybe some artists that don't battle. So see, like if Tony never battled, or wasn't active, perfect judge.
We'll say Mav now, like he can't battle, but he could judge.
But then maybe
I'm just as an example.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly. Yeah. They'll probably be mad because you know when you're a judge, you're gonna have like someone like Rivers like, and fuck the judges because Mav. It's like, I can't even show my fucking judgment now. Like, so I just think he probably wouldn't be able to do it. But you know, like someone of that stature, that nature, you've done it. You know what it is. You know what you're looking for. But the only problem with that is, I believe it should be someone who's an old school guy because there's too many alliances.
I was thinking,
way too many. There's certain man who would never vote against Bobby Rex no matter what he does because they're that close to him, innit? And that's not no slight to them. They got love for the guy, innit? Like who doesn't? Everyone loves Bobby. That's my biological
But even
cousin.
if they would vote against him in a battle that perhaps he clearly lost, like badly, there might be some real bias there in a battle that is tight. I do think, alliances, allegiances is something, you know, whether you're a retired battler or current battler, it's definitely something that is always a question.
It's like, it's political. It's where, you know, who, like me, I'm kind of a lone wolf a little bit. I've got a lot of love and respect for people, but I could imagine that, say, for example, my good friend Billy Blue Hat, they're not going to let Gary Green Hat vote on his battle because they know that them two are boys. You understand?
Yeah.
Even if Gary Green Hat quit years ago, they're not even going to ask Billy Blue Hat.
Yeah. Doesn't make sense because,
we know
there is just an implicit bias, which is unavoidable.
Literally. Yeah. And even if, you know, there's a chance you'll be fair.
Yeah.
We probably think to ourselves, we don't know. We're not taking that risk. And plus, any battler in their right mind will see, what? Hold on a second. You're battling and you're judging. Nah, man, we're not doing this. That would probably be the talk.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, you'd be perfectly within your rights if you were, you know, having a battle judge. There's things at stake for, you know, to make up some noise if your battle was being judged by one of your opponent's people.
No, definitely. That's not happening.
I do think it, you know, there are situations where those things do come up, but you can't avoid that even with a scout. Like in any of these situations, because this is a community, you'll get judges, you know, in any capacity, whether you're the retired battler, whether you're the scout, whether you're the battler right now. You know, maybe the scout scouted you. You know, he was the one who put you on. He gave you your first PG. He gave you your first look.
He booked you. And
that's it. He put you on. You know, he brought you out of nowhere, and then he brought you back. You know, you gave up. You weren't coming back, and then you know, you owe your career to him, type thing. You know, so who? All right. So scout and retired battler.
Scout, retired battler.
What about?
I feel like industry media. So someone from industry media that's the kind of untrained opinion where they're caught up in the excitement of it all. To me, like for them, it's about the hype of this shit here stood out more for me. Or they're the type of person that they're probably gonna pick the Bobby Rex over the matter every single time. He's gonna stand out.
But they should also have the advantage of being able to hear bars and, you know, even if they don't necessarily familiar with battle, you can get more of the excitement. They should be able to catch a lot still.
100%.
Okay.
100%.
That's an interesting perspective.
You know what I mean? And I feel like even choosing these people is almost like a training that needs to be undertaken before they even judge a battle. Like I'll probably show them a couple battles and make them judge them. Battles that are already out.
Yeah.
So right here, judge this battle and tell me how you think. And then I'll start to gauge how they're judging it. And then we can talk about what I want to look out for. But yeah, man, I think ex-battler, talent scout, industry media, non-biased battle rap media, and well, who's the last one gonna be?
Fan vote.
Yeah, I'll say that fan vote.
I think a fan vote is always useful. I think fan vote is not always the most reliable. Often it can be incredibly biased. So I think today, like on the King of the Dot battles, I think they judged quite harshly. And I don't know if Reverse Live, I think, is more home team, and Caustic definitely more home team than Stewie Newton. It's on King of the Dot. I think, and also it's more sort of perhaps the style that they rate over there. So not necessarily even staying biased, but it's just home team. That's, they like what they like. They're familiar with what they're familiar.
Probably be at Organic's wedding and all these type of things. They came up together.
Yeah, that sort of thing. So that plays in. Sometimes even just star power plays in. I always go back to the New Jersey Twerk battle with KCJ. He choked. Remember, I use this example all the time. We were talking on the phone, I think the day of the tournament. We were talking about judging in or the fan vote, and I was saying, like, the fan vote is fucked up. You can lose all 3 rounds and still get 4% of the vote. And then I said, fuck that, you get 14% of the vote. New Jersey Twerk went up there, choked all 3 rounds, and got 14% of the fan vote. In a battle that he clearly lost. So the fan vote is not accurate. It's swayed often. So when you get names in a chat, when you get a live chat and you've got the big names saying, he's taking it, even if you get a big consensus, even if it's not the big battle names that you follow, you haven't got the disaster in the KOTD chat or, whoever it is on the other channels, you can sway the fan vote. So it's not infallible. But I do think it takes away some of the criticism from the fans, because at least they do get to have a say. Yeah. And it makes it a more interactive experience as well. I think fans like having a say.
You see, like when you've got a fan vote and then you've got fans saying, how can the judges do that? And you got to remind them, hold on, 46% of you agreed with them judges. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
You can complain all you want, but
exactly.
46% of you agreed.
Yeah. That's also a really useful thing. So anytime, so let's again use Bobby and Georgie as an example. Anyone who says robbery, how can you? I think someone might have made this comment actually earlier. How can you call it a robbery when the vote was 52-48?
2%.
Nobody got robbed. It's split. And the fact that it even goes to the fan vote suggests that means that the judges' vote is split.
Yeah.
So that's, definition of a debatable battle. I think you said that.
Yeah, this is
split down the middle, 48-52. It barely gets one degree closer than that, 49-51.
Yeah.
So that's as debatable as it gets. So it is useful for, taking away.
It's a good gauge of how it is panning out, and it's crazy that the judges was as split as the fan vote.
Yeah, I think also the judges in King of the Dot, so I talked briefly about this earlier, the judges are going to be judged on whether they went with the fan vote, how many times they went with the fan vote. So their judging is also going to be assessed, and I don't know if that means they get dropped or they don't go through to the next stage. They bring on, I'm not sure what happens, or if that just means they know you're a shit judge,
Oh,
and
they're
you
trying
get
to
the
make
flat.
this shit politic free still. They're like, listen, if your shit is not aligning with public opinion, yeah, then we know that there's something going on.
Yeah.
I hear that
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know
here
what.
for that.
Yeah. I don't know what the ramifications of them being judged is, but yeah, you can't just go up there with flagrant opinions, not
Nope.
pay attention, you know, pick your favorite, be biased, whatever, or just not judge accurately, just not be a very good judge, because you will be marked accordingly. Justin says King of the Dots old title matches were usually handled well in terms of the judges who were selected and getting fair outcomes. I'm sure I can think of several title matches which were highly sort of contested. I'm not going to do names offhand. I like the idea of stratifying judges, fan vote at least one or two reputable battle rap personalities, an inactive battler, and a casual observer like a freeway.
What the? What freeways getting the slander to that?
So many strays.
Yo, that one went even a stray. That was like close range in the middle of the morning.
Hilarious. Yeah.
Casual observers like freeway. Yo, salute. Who said that?
Justin Coleman.
Yo, shout out to Justin.
Shout out to you, Justin. Yeah. Shout out to everyone. I think what else have we got to talk about? Can we I think like this is 3.5 hours in.
Listen, the roast is back, bro.
The roast is clearly back. I did an hour and a half earlier as well. I watched Comedy Battles today, last night.
Always working.
I'm all about that. Yeah, and I need to messages in the group chat. I see something from Henny. I got to now start planning for VS tomorrow.
Oh, shit.
I need to go and fill that gap in as well. But yeah, no, this has been I've really enjoyed this. And yeah, we didn't even fucked up the intro because I was so confused. I didn't even know what to do. Hold on. The earphones, can they hear us? How are we going to hear us? How am I going to hear you?
Live. That's all going on. Oh. By the time you see it was like live, we didn't even see the countdown. We didn't hear the music. That's probably why you was looking for the headphones to hear the music. Dun, 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 dun,
oh, yeah.
Because that's kind of your gauge on how long it was.
Yeah, because then even when I went to make my cup of tea and I sat back down, I'm instantly going to pick up my headphones, because otherwise, how am I going to hear what's coming through? Shout out Beanie Baby. Oh shit, is that Rivs? He's a goat.
Salute, my brother. Salute.
As are you, Jen. Yeah, salute to you. No, you are a goat. Like goat, you're an actual goat, right? Yeah. Big love. Salute to you for tuning in. We're kind of wrapping up, but yeah, we messed up the intro. But I say messed up, you know, it was laid back. It's roast. Roast is laid back.
Sometimes
you have to take us as you find us.
Sometimes you trip on the door on the way into the house, isn't it?
I'm clumsy as fuck, and so are you.
I'm definitely
we're
clumsy.
both clumsy. So the fact that it was a clumsy entrance, but I feel like the rest of the show was fairly smooth.
Yeah.
I did continually mess up and bastardize the English language and several people's names along the way. But I think I've talked thoroughly too much.
I'm trying to think of the word to say what you did to people's names. What did you do to their name, Jen?
I deterialized them.
There you go. We'll end on that note there. You deterialized
them. Yeah, no, see, look, I wrote down deterialize. I have to write down the other one. There were two others. I'll write them down.
The other one was abnormally.
Yeah, that was it. Abnormally.
And flaming yon.
Flaming Yon. Yeah, shout out to Reverse Live. Before we do go, I do want to shout out everyone who's been in the comments. It's been it was dope to have all the engagement, everyone popping in. Back, had some of the classic vintage names here. Justin Coleman, you've been so engaging. You've made some really insightful comments. Yeah, man.
That's the real JC right there.
Yeah, bro. JK is common. JK.
Oh, sorry, my bad. JK.
Yeah, it's the real JK.
Real JK.
Made some really insightful comments, really driven the discussion. Respect the culture. Shout out to you.
Salute to you.
We had Just Get to Rap in here, made some comments. I thought he was the one that we thought was talking sideways at first.
But he just said, no, you got two. And they said, okay, say that's my guy. Yeah, man, I'm back with you.
Shout out Joe Downey, back
Always.
at Roast. We had Paris, we had No Loose Chat. Shout out to Paris and No Loose Chat. Talked about New Era versus Era. That's fam over there. We had Troy, the caretaker, first in the building.
First out.
Yeah, first out. You know, came in, gave us answers to the questions. You know, told us the audio was sharp.
Like, he's always got his details up.
Facts, always got the details up. And then I can't go further because what the hell?
Yeah, we'll talk about that off.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that off air.
Yeah,
that was all
crazy. I've never seen anything like, you know what I've seen? Yeah, I'll talk about that. But yeah, tonight's King of the Dot event had some great rounds. I'm gutted I only just saw this live stream now. Yeah, I didn't do shit with the promo, and I think when we talked about this day before yesterday, I said I was going to do some promo yesterday, and I didn't. Yeah. But
a lot of things was happening today, so there weren't really much time between watching and trying to get your notes off. You know what I mean? So
and I can't.
Next time I'll do the promo with the little time I got, because I've literally been chilling.
Yeah.
Family day and all that.
What happened yesterday? What was yesterday?
Alcohol, ladies and gentlemen.
No, I haven't. There's not even alcohol. I've not even been drinking. What happened yesterday? Premier battles. That was it.
Yeah, that's it.
That was what I did yesterday. I was thinking, hold on, there was no battle.
You know why? Because you watched them again today.
Yeah.
So you're thinking what happened today in the block with everything else.
Yeah. No, I'm so confused. And this is what I love about the scene right now. Whether you're over here in the UK and Ireland, whether you're, King of the Dots, Canada, America, you've got URL over there in the States, RBE, you've got Queen of the Ring, Bullpen, She Goes Hard, you got over here as well. Yeah, Rap is Full, Premier Battles, No Loose Chat. There's so many Art of Rap, so many
There's a plethora of options right now.
Active battles going down, active battlers, no matter what you like, no matter your style preference, no matter who does it for you, there's something for you. It does get a lot. That's it. There's so much. It's hard to absorb.
But just stay with us.
Yeah.
Stay with us,
for
man.
real.
There's a lot coming up.
Yeah, we'll be back. Next time I will do the promo for you. Okay, Salute. I don't know if you're just echoing, quoting Rivers, or if you're saying you'll do the promo, but yeah, that would be dope. Definitely need to push the word out there. Roast is it's that place where you want to come and talk everything that's going on in the scene. As we didn't do any guests today. There was no didn't share the chat, didn't have anyone come on, but we're going to do, we've got some sort of different ideas coming. We will have people coming on, and we definitely really want to grow.
If you follow Jen on Twitter, you'll be able to keep in line with all the different changes, because we'll be asking for suggestions also on there. So feel free to send them in. And you can help with the development of whatever we're doing next also.
Absolutely. Because the interaction really, it really helps the drive, and it kind of keeps us in touch in an extra level as well with just, what's going on, what people's opinions are in the scene, who they fucking with, what they like and what they want to see, what they want us to talk about. 100%. So yeah. Here for all of it. So just love for the shares and the support. Like the broadcast if you haven't already. But yeah, we are definitely gonna sign out now because I'm losing my voice. You'd be honored too. Much love. Definitely be in touch on shout me on Instagram, or I'll shout you on IG. Definitely we'll talk about that. Because Roast is back, and excited.
This is the place to be, man.
Yeah,
catch us same
definitely.
time next week.
Family time. Same time next week. Well, hopefully, we'll have to kind of work around King of the Dot as well. We got King of the Dot to work around. So same time next Just echoing it, same time. Like we've ever been the same time.
Yeah,
2
like,
weeks in a row. Don't lie to the people.
same
Them.
day next week.
Yeah, I mean that's all I can guarantee.
Same day.
Like, it will be Sunday.
Yeah,
it will be roast on a Sunday, but it will not be the same time. And if it is, it's an absolute fluke.
Yeah,
it's an absolute fluke.
Didn't mean that.
Yeah, we did not intend for that to happen.
That happened by accident, y'all.
But yeah, big love for everyone tuning in, and we are gonna be out now.